They've won 3 in a row, and one of the reasons, Craigwell. This guy's been on fire. The last 3 games, he has 1 goal, 5 assists. The Aeros are going to have success tonight. They're going to have to shut down him.
All right, when we return, the opening face-off, the Aeros and the Kansas City Blades from Kemper Arena. We'll be back after this. Houston Aeros hockey on KN.
Hi, I'm Wayne Gretzky, and this is Corey and Jay. I've been doing battle with goalies most of my life. If you're a goalie and want to stop me, here are some tips. The key thing to remember is to cut down the angles. Put yourself on an angle between the shooter and the net. This gives the shooter less of the net to hit. The best style for young goalies to use is stand-up style, and it's just what it says. Stay up on your skates, knees bent, ready to move quickly in any direction. Use your stick, glove, and any other part of your body to block shots. And remember, use your head to play smart. Have fun and practice hard.
Better than 8,000 expected this New Year's Eve to see the Aeros come into town and take on the Kansas City Blades. And starting in goal tonight for the Houston Aeros, Frederick Chabot looking for his first win in the last couple of starts, but he is still one of the hottest goalies in the IHL. 10-2-1 in his last 13 games. A 1.69 goals against average in that span. He will go up against Larry Dick. And now the man that will have to come up big for the Blades, because Philippe Derouville was recalled by the Pittsburgh Penguins last Friday. In his last 3 contests, Larry Dick 2-0-1. The Aeros, led by Dave Tippett, who had a very good comment about his team on Sunday. He said, hey, we did everything right except win. Hot goaltending was clearly the difference. His team has been playing terrific. Just can't get the points to show the reward. And Don Jackson, the head coach for the Kansas City Blades, and we are underway from Kemper Arena. The Aeros with Mike Hurlbut and Steve Jakes defensively, Mark Freer, Al Conroy, and Al May up front. The Blades with a line up front of Dean Sylvester, Pat Ferschweiler, Jason Cerrone, Jim Kite, Paul Dick on the blue line. Puck is shot in by the Blades, right on, and Chabot off the start has to make a tough shoulder save, and he will cover up and hold on as we are underway. Our referee tonight is Stéphane Auger. And the linesmen tonight, Kevin Boschert and Jerry Burt.
Nice long shot for Frederick Chabot, just getting his shoulder in front of the puck. And for a goaltender, Adam, the one thing you always want to get a long shot first, or get the feel of the puck. Being a former goaltender, I always felt I played a little better when I got those long shots. And you talk about a tight series. It does not get any tighter than that.
These two teams have played tough. You might recall, especially when you were the goaltender of record in those first seasons with the Aeros, the Blades owned you, but a lot of it because of the great goaltending of Larry Dick. He's been off the last couple of years, but boy, the first year in the Aeros' existence when he led this Kansas City Blade team to the Turner Cup Finals, he was unbeatable.
Well, he was the best goaltender in the IHL by far.
Off the draw, the Aeros have it. It's cleared to center, but Paul Dick will regroup for Kansas City at neutral ice. Pocket center, and it's intercepted by Freer. And the Aeros trying to advance it. Emmons overskated it for the Blades. Puck across the Aero blue line, and Kansas City had to get back on side as the puck is in skates. Emmons had it loosened up by Al May. Well, for the puck, and it's back into Kansas City territory, and Paul Dick will go back for it. Jeff Medill launched it into Aero territory, and Jakes goes back. A minute gone in the first period. Scoreless hockey game. Aeros trying to snap a 4-game unbeaten string, while the Blades try to build on a 3-game winning streak. Jake's pass comes to Bill Bowler. And he will turn in his own end and seek a little refuge behind the net. David Bruce comes into forecheck as Mike Hurlbut will set up with it. Aeros moving up the ice. Jakes out at center. Pop the puck ahead for Freer. It goes into Blade territory. Roseport going back. He's attacked by Townsend. But the puck rolled along the boards, and here come the Blades in transition through center. Purvis, long pass, poked away by Carl Valamont. Bowler trying to move it ahead, and Townsend rolled it in. That was blocked by the referee, Auger. Aeros turned it around. Basigio trying to spring LaRose. He was upended on the play. LaRose fighting into the corner. Here is Townsend back to the line. Valamont, the shot that was blocked. It never made it to Larry Dick. LaRose turning for Houston. Sends the puck to Valamont. A quick shot right on, and Dick is down. He will cover up. Let's send it down to the Aeros bench, and we chat with Rob Dobson. Has the game plan changed much coming into this game?
Well, I don't think so, Adam. And I think if you look at the last games that we were a little unsuccessful, you know, losing by a goal the last 2 games, our game plan really hasn't changed a lot. Our idea tonight is to frustrate them. In essence, we want to do tonight what teams came into our building and did to us the last 2 games. We want to frustrate them. What I mean by that, get the puck in deep, get the puck out of our own zone, really take their scoring opportunities away, and really play a kind of a boring, not to use that term, but a good solid road game. And we don't really want to change our game plan as much. It's just a matter of doing the things we've done in the past, but capitalizing on our chances to score.
Thank you very much, and we'll be checking in with Rob Dobson from time to time tonight and get a whole different perspective of the game.
Well, it's nice to have him on the bench as he gets the real feel of the game there.
Puck is out at center ice. Aeros have to go back into their own end as Shabbat flipped it along the boards. Ferschweiler moving in for Kansas City. He has a chance in front for Sylvester, and Shabbat had to reach to his left and cover up and hold on with 2.5 gone in the first. A scoreless hockey game.
And Ferschweiler just using his size to drive in front of Frederick Shabbat. Frederick Shabbat throws out his stick, using the poke check, staying down low, and wisely pounces on the loose puck to get the whistle.
Freddie Shabbat, 10-2-1 in his last 13. Looking to turn things around a little bit. It hasn't been his play. It hasn't been really anybody on the Aeros team where their play has struggled. It's just been a matter of trying to beat the opposing goaltender.
Well, they just need to find the net. They got to score some goals.
In the Aeros' last couple of games, 6 of their 8 goals have come from defensemen. Rowenka has 4 of those 6.
And has he been shooting the puck?
We'll look for him, perhaps, for the Aeros to get her going. As the puck is out to center, here come the Blades. Sylvester rolled it into Aero territory. Shabbat knocked it back to Jakes. He'll swing it along the boards, but Cerrone knocked it down. Blades tried to bring it ahead, but Mark Gregg is back. Returning to the lineup after missing 4 games with a lacerated eye. He took a puck in the eye against the Las Vegas Thunder a little over a week ago. Mark Gregg across the blue line, trying to move in around Scremin. Gregg came up along the boards looking for Yo, but Drew Palmer will go back for the Kansas City Blades. Here's a chance and a takeaway as a shot right on by Gregg, and Larry Dick will hold on to it, and we will take our first time out. 3.5 gone in the first period. We're back after this. Scoreless from Kansas City.
Hi, I'm Adam Oates of the Boston Bruins, and this is Frankie, and this is Anthony. Stick handling is an important fundamental of good hockey. Here are some tips. To get the most out of your stick work, start with a good grip. Your dominant hand is placed halfway down the stick, where you use your strength in shooting. Your weaker hand goes to the top of the stick and is used for direction and control. Once you feel comfortable with your stick, cradle the puck in the center of the blade and keep it there while skating the length of the ice. It's tough at first, but you'll get the hang of it. Once you do, try playing cat and mouse. Move the puck about 12 inches with your forehand and then 12 inches on your backhand. When you can do both drills, you're getting to be a stick handler. Remember, have fun, practice hard.
World Junior Hockey Championship quarterfinals, TSN Wednesday.
Scoreless from Kemper Arena, and Mark Gregg in his first game back. First shift and a first good scoring chance.
Well, Mike Yo sets it up, making a good pass, and Mark Gregg got a lot of wood on it, but Larry Dick on the top of his crease. He looks very sharp early on. What a pass by Yo into the slot, and then a good hard shot. You just could not beat Larry Dick.
Well, as we mentioned, Mark Gregg has been some needed offense for the Houston Aeros as they try to solve the enigma up front for their scoring. Puck is in the Kansas City zone. Rob Balasevic in a battle with Paul Dick, who is of no relation to the netminder Larry Dick. Puck is in the corner. Dick's got it tied up in there in the skates. He's bumped by Alme, who loosened the puck up, trying to feed for Valasevic. Takes a bump from Jim Kite, who came away with a puck, and Jeff Medill is there. Won a Turner Cup back in 1990 with this Kansas City Blade hockey team. And Medill brings it across the line with a shot, and that's wide of the net. Bounced up for Valasevic and cleared out at center. Jim Kite fired it ahead. Now it's knocked away, but picked up again by Emmons. Rolled the puck into Aero territory, and Valamont goes back. He'll shoot it along the boards, and Alme will turn it his own end, and he will be drilled along the wall as he was run into by Dean Ewen. Puck is back into the Kansas City end. Paul Dick drifting back on the Al Conroy forecheck. The Blades clear to center, and David Bruce will swing it into Aero territory. With 4.5 gone in the first, no score.
And both teams using their system, I think both teams have to be happy with their start so far.
Basiccio for the Aeros rolled the puck into Kansas City territory, and going back to play it is Jason Herter. Rolled it ahead, and here comes Rochefort. The pass. Craigwell trying to spring the David Bruce along the left side. It goes into Aero territory. Shabbat wanting to slow, and it comes over to Hurlbut. Moreau steered it to center ice, and Jason Herter is there. Drilled it back in Aero territory, but Jakes takes it, but then lost it. David Bruce cutting in. He was offended on the play as he lost an edge. And out to center come the Aeros. Graham Townsend feeds it into the Blade zone, and it's cleared to center ice. 14:45 to play in this opening period from Kemper Arena. Glad to have you with us tonight, as the Aeros and the Blades bringing in 1997. Here is Dale Craigwell for Kansas City across the line. He's bumped by Jakes. Hurlbut cleared it. It's back to center. Rolled back in by Drew Palmer.
Both teams playing very defensive-minded. Neither team wants to give up a goal in the first 5-10 minutes.
Jakes got it into Kansas City territory. Cerrone is back. He will touch it, and that is an icing call on the Aeros. That'll bring the faceoff back into the Aero end. Fans call 627-AERO and ask about the Fans Choice Flex Plan. It's for the sports fan in you. Houston Aeros Hockey, and they'll let you choose the games you want to attend. Representatives have the vouchers for you. Call 627-AERO for more information. That's Houston Aeros Hockey Sports, the way it ought to be.
And Mark Gregg, who had that eye injury, has opted not to wear the shield. He's had clearance, and they said that he could do no further damage if he was maybe got a glove rub or a high stick in that area.
Well, his injury is very similar to the one Kevin Smith suffered in Orlando, but a totally different result. Kevin Smith is lost for the year. Here's a shot by Scremin to change direction, and Dave Basiccio will clear it out at center ice.
And that's a tough loss for the Orlando Solar Bears, but his orbital blow was totally smashed, and he's going to have major surgery.
Puck is back for Darcy Rowanka. The Aeros trying to turn it around at their own end. Here is Yo. He is hit by Ferschweiler, knocked to the ice. Aeros trying to turn it around. Ferschweiler had it stripped by Yo, and here come the Aeros. Freer moves across the line, drops it. Here's Greg, the shot, hit the post. Puck back for Rowanka. Long shot into the skates. Freer centered. Greg, the shot, whistled it wide. So Mark Gregg in 2 shifts has had 3 glorious opportunities. Here's another chance by Freer, and he fired it wide. Freer behind the Kansas City net. Rolled it, here's a chance. Yo, the shot, and a left pad save, and a terrific one from Larry Dick, robbing Mike Yo. So Larry Dick has been tested here early by the Aeros and has been up to the task. Basiccio to Yo. It goes into Blade territory. Big Jimmy Kite going back. Rolled it to Emmons. And the Blades shoot it to center. Hurlbut knocked it down, and a flick of the stick gets back into Blade territory. 7 minutes gone. First period, scoreless from Kansas City, and it's Dean Ewen for the Blades. Couldn't clear it. Taken away by Conroy. Centered one. It came to Hurlbut. Looking in front, he centered a pass. Morissette couldn't find the handle. May and Ewen going to the corner. Al May digging at it. Morissette bumping in there with Ewen. Ewen and Morissette are going to drop the gloves, and here we go. Morissette wailing away with big rights. Ewen trying to come back as you've got 2 of the bigger heavyweights in the IHL squaring off in the corner to the left side of Larry Dick. Ewen now loading the right hand, connecting to the head of Moose Morissette, and the linesman get in there. So the Moose got the early jump, but it was Dean Ewen that finished with a flurry, and the linesman step in. 12:39 to go, first period. We are scoreless, and we'll be back.
Dave Morissette, who comes into Dean Ewen. He gives him a shot in the back with a little bit of a cross check here. Dean Ewen just throws his left hand back at Dave Morissette. Dave Morissette drops the gloves, and they start going at each other. There's a heavyweight tilt as both players are big, tough, heavyweight type of guys. And Dave Morissette was going to end up getting the 2 minutes instigating and a game misconduct.
Well, he put a pretty good cross check to the back of Ewen. I don't know if that's what it is. They have not put it up on the board yet. And let's send it down to the Aeros bench and get the thoughts of netminder Rob Dobson.
Well, Adam, having played with both teams last year, you know, Dean Ewen and Dave Morissette both doing their job in there. They're two tough guys. I think what's happened here with Moose's game misconduct is that it's his third instigating penalty, fighting penalty this year. So that in itself brings a game misconduct along with the 2-minute penalty. So I think that's why he's got the gate, but I'm not exactly sure.
Well, the start for the Aeros hockey team, Dauber, you guys sticking to your game plan. You've created some glorious opportunities on Larry Dick.
Well, I think that's exactly what we were trying to do earlier in the game. You know, we don't want to change too much from the games in the past. You know, you look to the games we've had the last few where we've had some good scoring opportunities, but maybe not capitalize them on like we should have. This is a game where we wanted to do this, and we have some good scoring chances already in this game, and hopefully we can keep it up the remainder.
Dauber, quick question for you. With this being nationally televised on TSN, anybody in Canada you'd like to say hi to?
Well, I haven't seen my mom or dad since August, so it's good to say hello to them. I hope they're watching back in Smiths Falls, but, you know, I hope everybody has a happy new year, and it's been good for us so far, and everyone wish the best in '97.
Thank you very much. And 2 minutes up on the board to Moose Morissette, and that is his third instigator. So, yeah, he does get the game misconduct. An excellent call by Rob Dobson. So the Aeros will be short-handed for 2 minutes, and they lose the Moose for the remainder of this hockey game. So Al Conroy comes out with Al May to kill off this first power play of the night. Blades power play. That has been their Achilles heel this year. Looking to turn things around. The Blades on the power play. Just dead last in the IHL at 12%. Craigwell sends it back, and Claudio Scremin, forecheck by Conroy. He'll send it to center. Craigwell moving across the Aero blue line. He'll shoot it in. In retrospect, the Aeros penalty kill, they've killed off 83 of their last 92 penalties that they faced. That's a 90% clip. Medill hit by Hurlbutt, working hard in the corner, kicked it down to Craigwell. Back to the line is Claudio Scremin. Rolls it to Jason Herter. In behind the cage, Medill centered one, but Craigwell had gone down. Now the Blades regroup. John Purvis, a cross-ice pass. Herter, the long shot, deflected just wide as Medill got a twig on it. It cleared to the corner. Back to the line, it's Purvis. He has got as good a release in the IHL as anybody. Scremin, the shot, stopped by Shabbat. Chipped away by the Aeros Jakes. To the line, Scremin holds it in. The long shot whistled wide. Purvis turning behind the cage. He's got Craigwell in front. He centered it. Knocked away by Hurlbutt. Great work by Purvis. He centered one again. Back to the line, Scremin. Here's Purvis cutting in. The shot poked by Shabbat. He will cover up, and he will hold on. 45 seconds left in the Dave Morissette instigating minor. And 11:24 to go in the first. We are scoreless.
And a very good save by Frederick Shabbat. When talking with Don Jackson before the game, the one thing that he kept on saying about their power play, they got to get Purvis the puck. Here they get Purvis the puck, but Frederick Shabbat down on his knees gives Purvis nowhere to shoot.
Face off right side of Frederick Shabbat. John Purvis, we alluded to at the top of the broadcast, has maybe the best release in the IHL because it's not only quick, but it's dead accurate.
It's unbelievable. And the one place that he's very accurate is top shelf. Watch him to shoot high on Frederick Shabbat tonight.
Basigio trying to clear it. Power play down to 38 seconds. Aeros have it, though, and it's cleared back to center, and Scremin is there. Scremin wanted to head behind the net, but he'll turn it around, and a ice come the Blades. Cerrone has been a terrific acquisition for the Blades. Picked up from the Long Beach Ice Dogs in a trade that sent Jeff Circa to Long Beach. And a puck that is cleared, and Mike Yo's got a chance short-handed for the Aeros. In on goal, shooting and saving was Larry Dick. Scremin behind his net. We're moving up with 10 left in the power play. David Bruce hits the Aero line. He'll shovel the puck in. Shabbat wants to wander and play it. Rolled it along the boards and picked up by Gary Evans. Rolled it down. Here's a pass back to the line. Herter shooting, deflected by Cerrone wide as the penalty is over. And teams are at 5 aside. Aeros trying to make a change. Townsend was trying to feed Yo, but Mike Yo was coming off for a line change. Pocket center ice. And here is Hurlbutt to run one in. Out of the net, Larry Dick. They'll send it up for Paul Dick. Couldn't clear the zone. Rowanka dumped it back in. Guy LaRose giving chase for the Aeros. Jammed it down for Bill Bowler. Looking base of the right circle. He centered one. The puck in front. Hurlbut shooting, but it was whistled wide. Kicked behind the net. Paul Dick jammed it along the wall. That is batted away by Kansas City's Dean Sylvester, but he could not clear the zone. Aeros, Graham Townsend in the corner. LaRose fighting for it. And behind the net here is Bill Bowler. As Rowanka going to the net. Couldn't find him. And the puck will go down low. Paul Dick for Kansas City. He'll wind it up at center with 9:40 to go in the first. No score. Shabbat comes out of the net to play it over to Darcy Rowanka. Center ice, Bill Bowler. He'll hit the blue line and then just turn and dump the puck in.
Aeros playing very smart. Anytime they get the blue line, they're making sure that they get it down past Larry Dick.
Sylvester puts it to center. Jakes had to quickly turn, and Sylvester will try it again. Jakes going back into his own end with 9:10 remaining in this opening period. Scoreless hockey game, but both teams have had some pretty good opportunities. Here's Basiggio at center ice. He'll hand it over to Mark Freer. The pass to Mark Craig. Across the line is Yo going to the net, but Craig could not find him. And the puck came to center ice, and it goes out of play. And we'll take timeout. 8:52 to go in the first period. Blades nothing. Aeros nothing. Period, just under 9 minutes to play. The Aeros are returning to the Summit this Sunday night as they take on the Manitoba Moose. Tickets are available by calling Ticketmaster at 629-3700. Game time is at 4 o'clock. And a reminder, that'll be another game that will be broadcast live throughout Canada on TSN. So for our viewers in Canada, we invite you to join us there. By the time this is all said and done, they'll know the Aeros hockey team pretty well.
Yeah, and the one player, Dean Ewen, for the Blades, you talk about a big day, and we're talking about kids tonight, obviously with Mark Lamb being back in Houston. Well, in one day, what did Dean Ewen do? Well, he won the Calder Cup in Springfield, the championship of the American Hockey League, and he had twins in one day. He said that was his greatest day in his life. That's tough to beat.
Yeah. Someone would have to say which was more important. I think there's no question twins will supersede anything.
Sure. You can go get another ring anytime to have twins.
And you will meet no classier individual than Dean Ewen.
And what a sense of humor.
Puck is into Kansas City territory. Still scoreless. 8.5 to go as we get a whistle on an icing call, and they'll bring the face-off back down into Aero territory.
And talking with Doug Sotard, this Palmer kid, they called him up, and he says, geez, I like him, and he plays very, very hard, and that's what they like about him. He's only 20 years old. Last year playing in Seattle, one of your, well, I guess your city, Adam?
I don't know if I want to claim it with 2 feet of snow there, but...
Are they having bad weather up there? Actually, the NHL game in Vancouver, my old stomping grounds, was called off the other night because of that freezing rain.
Off the face-off, Aeros roll the puck down. Conroy tied up by David Bruce. It's centered in front, but read perfectly by Hurlbut. He'll swing it off the boards and out at center ice. Here come the Blades. Shot in by Drew Palmer. Shabbat will slow behind the net. Flings it along the boards. Craigwell knocks it down. He centered one. Puck bouncing along the boards. And Al May cleared to center ice. Conroy will shoot the puck in. After it, Dalasevic cutting behind the net. Looks in front. Trying to center it. Dalasevic did. Right side. The shot by Basiggio high and wide of the net. Cleared along the boards, and the Blades come out with it. Right side, Purvis across the line. Looks for Bruce. The shot deflected. Stays in play, but then it caught a part of the glass and found its way out of play. Join John Granato weeknights on Sports Night Live at 9 and 11:30 as he gets behind the scenes of your favorite sports. That's Sports Night Live with John Granato weeknights at 9 and 11:30 p.m. only on Houston's own KWS.
And Frederick Shabbat, who's played very well for the Aeros, obviously, I think he's playing the top goaltender in the IHL right now. But the one thing that must concern the Aeros, Adam, is that he's first in the one category they do not want him to be first in, and that's minutes. 1,954 minutes. And I think you're going to see Rob Dobson get to play a little bit more in the second part of this season.
Off the face-off, the Aeros have got it. At one stretch, Freddie Shabbat played 15 straight games from the 26th to the 30th. He was 8-7. But he also, in that span just later than that, he also had 197 consecutive shutout minutes. That was after that streak as the puck goes out of play. And Let's send it down to the bench and Rob Dobson. And Dobber, my question to you in regards to Chabot is I've noticed his play with the stick and puck has gotten slowly better. Is that any influence from you?
Well, no. I know the 2 games I played, I know we get to work on it a little bit in practice. One thing that, you know, that Freddie is probably, that's the only game, part of his game that's a little bit weak is his play in behind the net. And I know he takes a lot of pride in being good in every category. And he's worked hard at it since the first of the year. And, you know, I've worked a little bit with him, but not too much. But I think he's just gotten to play so much now that he's getting more confident with the puck.
Thank you. Off the face-off, the Aeros have it. And Basicio will shoot the puck in. Rochefort trying to give chase. Was knocked down by Steve Simone. Rolled down, Bowler trying to cut out in front, but the puck rolled off his stick. And Medill will scamper to center ice for the Blades. Across the line with Brent Cullinan. Medill centered the shot. There's a great save, and he'll hold on to it. That play was all Jeff Medill. All heart and soul of him as he came in. Trying to find Brent Cullinan, the rookie, but good scoring chance for the Blades.
Well, Jeff's been playing a lot better lately. You know, he's got 6 points in his last 3 games, and he's starting to take the puck to the net, and that's what he does here. Takes the puck to the net and catches a little rut, he still had the presence of mind to feed it into Cullinan. Got a very good shot on Frederick Chabot and wisely covers it up.
Before playing in San Francisco last year, he played with the then Turner Cup champion Denver Grizzlies when they won the Turner Cup 2 years ago. At that point, he had won 3 out of the last 4 Turner Cups.
I think he's the only player in the IHL to win on 3 different teams.
Yep, Kansas City, the Atlanta Knights, and the Denver Grizzlies, who, of course, since then won it last year in Utah. He was not a member of the squad.
A little spoiled in Denver, you think?
Are they? Turner Cup 1 year, Stanley Cup the next year. And puck is offsides, and I think the folks in Denver, quite frankly, have another good shot at it this year.
Well, with that team, with Joe Sakic on your team and Patrick Waugh in the net, you're going to have a lot of success. So, yeah, they do got another chance. And you know, the start of this game, Adam, I think both teams had a game plan, and both teams have stuck to the game plan early. You're seeing a very well-played game. You're not seeing outman situations. You're seeing some good goaltending and some very good defensive work.
Last time these 2 teams got together, there was a 3-1 decision in favor of the Aeros in this building. Freddie Chabot was spectacular, though, stopping 37 of 38 shots, but he held the Blades scoreless for 2 consecutive periods.
And those SOPs, shutout periods, they're key to any goalie having success. You need to shut out your opponents.
And both goaltenders doing that at this point with 6.5 to go in the first. No score. Here come the Aeros. Yo through center. That's rolled away by Paul Dick. And Ferschweiler knocked down by Yo. Puck is back to Jakes. Aeros flinging into the Kansas City zone. Dick going back. He'll spin it along the boards for Sylvester and clear it out to center ice. Jakes has to hustle over to get to it. It was knocked away by Jason Cerrone, but the Aeros have it back. Clear to center ice. Cerrone turning again, and he'll launch it into Aero territory.
Both teams making sure there's no turnovers at the blue line, and in the neutral zone, they're playing very conservative.
One thing the Aeros have done a decent job of controlling in their last 2 games is outnumbered rushes. Here's a puck that's cleared to center ice. Scremin will gather it in. And David Bruce winds it into Aero territory. Steve Jake run into by Craigwell. And the puck is back into Kansas City territory. Puck is pushed along the wall. Blades have it. David Bruce. And pass to center ice for John Purvis. Back to Bruce. Cutting in with a quick shot. Deflected by Valamont. Bruce trying to dig it out. Valamont with him. Skate to skate the corner for Purvis. Conroy loosened it up. May chipped it to center, and here comes Balasevic. Basicio going hard to the net. Balasevic turning, centering just too far for Basicio, but pinching is Alme. Centered a puck. Balasevic couldn't find the handle, and the Blades will turn. Scremin moves to center, and here's Alme. Craigwell gets it back, and Balasevic will turn it center ice with under 5 minutes to go in the first. No score.
And that's one thing Dave Tippett does not mind. Basicio jumping into the play because he had Al Conroy back helping out.
Basicio fired it off the boards. Aeros in transition. It's shot into Kansas City territory. Larry Dick will roll it, let it roll down low. Herter, but he gave it away, and a shot by Bowler right on. And Larry Dick makes the save on that Bill Bowler chance. Emmons for Kansas City shoots it in. That was gloved by Hurl, but he'll quickly reject it back to center ice. Herter has to hustle as it's got Guy LaRose on his case. Puck is to center ice, and Dean Ewen shoveled it into Houston Aero territory. Jakes. Give it to Townsend. Puck goes into Blade territory, and Normand Rochefort will go back to play. They'll shoot the puck along the boards for Jeff Medill. Here come the Blades. Emmons to Ewen. Now Herter cutting to the net, dropped it back. Here's Jeff Medill with a chance, right time, shooting a shot, saving with a right pad, and it's pushed by LaRose. And here come the Aeros the other way, but the Blades with 2 men back. Hurlbut ripped it in, but Herter got there. 3:43 to go. Opening period, still looking for our first goal of the hockey game. Hirschweiler for Kansas City. Dropped it, Medill, another shot. That's deflected away. Behind the net. They go skate to skate. Hirschweiler trying to dig it out. He's got Yo to take him to the boards. They continue to jostle behind the cage. Yo in a good battle with Hirschweiler, and in there was Cerrone as well. In fact, he loosened it up, poked it along the boards, but Yo will shovel that down the ice. This will be an icing call if the Blades get there. Jim Kite is there. He will touch and we take a break. 3:10 to go in the first, and we are scoreless. .10 to go in the first, still no score, and Ticketmaster now offers you another convenient way to purchase Aeros tickets. Ticketmaster online, located at www.ticketmaster.com, offers advanced ticket sales to all your favorite events, like Aeros games at the Summit. So go online and register to win tickets in the Great Texas Roundup. Off the face-off, here's a quick shot by Sylvester, and Chabot had to be alert to pick that up through traffic, and he will cover up and hold on. So tonight's backstops have been terrific, but you know, Dale Craigwell has been one of the guys you could commit, has been a heart and soul to this team, but he's without his line mate of Ian Boyce. Those two guys, I can't think of any 2 tandems in the IHL that would outwork that dynamic duo. And especially on the penalty kill. That's where they're going to miss him tonight, because they work so well on that penalty killing unit. Ian Boyce out with a groin injury. The other guy they really miss, he hasn't played a regular season game, as J.F. Contain. As Paul Dicka's shot, and Chabot will hold on to it, but J.F. Contain skated for the first time this season. He had a torn abdomen, and he skated for the first time today, this season. And they say maybe the 1st of February he will come back. And when Contain gets back, tell me that kid won't make an instant impact. Well, he's so offensive, he can do all. And the one thing is that he just has to get his win now. That's all that they're waiting for. And this is a good save by Frederick Chabot. He had to go from his right post all the way out to the top of the crease. And when you shoot from there on Frederick Chabot, when he's on, you're just not going to score. Face off in the circle to the left side of Chabot. Emmons with Medill and Ewen. Paul Dick and Jim Kite defensively. The Aeros. Al Conroy in to take this face off. He's in there with Rob Balasevic and Alan May. With Mark Lamb back home. And by the way, if Mark Lamb is watching, I want to wish him and his wife Tanya well. As I don't know if Tanya has given birth yet, but they're trying to get it done today, and I hope all is going well. And the rumor is that if it was a boy, Pete Dineen already had a contract ready for him. I would think so. Here is Paul Dick, a long shot, stuck aside by Chabot. The puck's in front. Who wants it? Jakes was there. Couldn't clear it. Emmons, base of the circle, Arrow territory, looped it back to the line. And the Blades turning. Ewen, a shot that went right through the crease. Balasevic runs it along the board. That will go the length of the ice. They say the Blades touched it. No icing. We're going to have a penalty coming up. It will be on, I believe, the Blades, and now Medill getting into it with Balasevic. Doing what he does. And he is trying to bait Balasevic into a penalty. I don't think the rookie will bite. Rob Balasevic just recently called up from the Louisiana Ice Skaters of the East Coast Hockey League and has made an instant impact since returning to the lineup. Well, he's the only rookie on the Aeros, and Jeff Medill thought he could take advantage of a rookie mistake, and Rob Balasevic just held his cool. I believe, no, there's a good chance Medill's going to get an extra 2, so he could be in the box for 4 minutes. Jeff Medill, who, well, in the summertime, sells cars. He said he wanted to branch out, and the one thing about him is that I think he could sell a lot of cars. 4 minutes up on the board to Jeff Medill, and the Aeros with a great chance on the power play. They'll get a little more than half of it here because there's 2.5 left in the first, and then they would get the remainder of it in the second. And Rob Balasevic, the one thing that Dave Tippett loves about this kid is that he's a proven winner. You know, he has 2 championship rings from Lake Superior, 92, 94, and he was a key part of those championship teams. You cannot have enough winners on your team. Dave Tippett has had complete faith in Balasevic from the start. He knew when the Aeros started to pick things up that Rob probably wouldn't see much ice time, but he knew also, though, that once he got his chance, he was going to take full advantage of it, and that's exactly what Balasevic has done. Aeros on the power play for the first time tonight. They are 14th in the IHL at 14.7%, sixth best though in the IHL on the road at 17.9. However, they are just 1 of 16 on the power play against Kansas City this year.
And however, Mark Lamb is not here tonight, and he's a key component to that power play as he works the point very well.
Tippett will go with the first unit of Valimont and Hurlbut this time at the blue line. The puck went in ahead of the Aeros. They had to regroup as the Blades shot it back down the ice. 2 minutes to go in the first. No score, and 3:21 left in the Medill double minor for roughing.
And the Aeros are facing a tough penalty killing unit. The Blades have killed off in their last 31 power plays.
Puck goes down into Aero territory. And the Aeros are back. Here comes Darcy Werwenka. He'll shoot the puck ahead. Freer trying to advance it. Jason Herter moves it up the boards and cleared it out at center ice, and Basicio goes back. Here's Bill Bowler at center ice for the Aeros. He'll shoot the puck in. Larry Dick coming out of the net, shoveled it along the boards. Over to Normand Rochefort. He'll move it up and hoist it to center ice and back into Aero territory. With 1:14 to go in the period, no score.
And that's one thing the Kansas City Blades defense do so well. They hold up, they give Larry Dick a chance to play it, and then he plays it to one of their defensemen, and they get it all the way down the ice.
And they don't do it by great skating. They do it by brains and smarts. I mean, they've got the smartest guys out there. Claudio Scremin, Normand Rochefort, Jim Kite, longtime NHL veterans out there.
And they've all played the penalty killing unit all their career. They're not big offensive guys, and they've played this penalty killing unit all their career so that they can do a very good job.
Werwenka's got 44 seconds left in the period. He'll shoot the puck in. Jim Kite cleared it, though. Right back to center. The Aeros have yet to set up on their power play. The Blades have done a tremendous job closing down their end. Puck is tied up on the back of the Kansas City net, and that will draw a whistle with 32 seconds left in the first. No score. 1:56 left in the double minor to Jeff Medill.
And Larry Dick, who played last night in Milwaukee, I was kind of surprised that he was starting once again. I thought Andre Rasico, who they've just picked up from the Chicago Blackhawks, would have got the start, but Larry Dick played very well last night. And Don Jackson likes to reward his goaltenders. When you're playing well for Don Jackson, he'll give you a lot of ice time, and he's going to see a lot now.
Larry Dick, his wife Kathy and him are expecting a child in May, a baby boy, they say. So wish him the best. Puck is controlled by the Aeros on the power play. Here is Jakes. Oh, tipped away by Purvis, and the Aeros regroup at center ice. Aeros yet to get a shot on goal on this power play. Here is Conroy. He'll shoot the puck in. Scremin going back. He's bumped along the boards, loosened up. Aeros hold it in. Hurlbut a drive, and he broke his stick. In fact, the stick blade almost went in the net. And we would have had to get a scoring change on that as the horn sounds, ending this first period, and we are scoreless.
And I think you can go look at both teams did what they wanted to do tonight, and that's play very patient hockey, very simple hockey, and both teams have been able to accomplish that.
All right, we are in the first intermission, and when we return, we will have a news update for you, and then we will take a look at the season in review to the Houston Aeros.
In 1996 on a winning note. Game tied at 1. Canada having trouble in its own zone. The big turnover. Marek Malinovsky eventually tucks it under Mark Denis and gives the Czech Republic a 2-1 lead. Canada on the power play. Richard Jackman with the big point shot in off a Czech skate. The game's tied at 2. Third period. Canada 2-on-1. Christian Dubé to Cameron Mann. The one-timer. And it looks like Canada's going to beat the Czech Republic 3-2. But with just 10 seconds left to go in regulation. Czechs pressing. Yuri Berger's point shot finds its way through the crowd. That ties the game at 3-3, and that was the final score. So Canada wraps up the round robin, finishing in second spot in their pool. And they will play their next action tomorrow against Slovakia. You can see that game right here at 10 a.m. Eastern time. That is quarterfinal action.
A scoreless first 20 minutes from Kemper Arena. The Aeros and the Kansas City Blades in a tight one. The year 1996 got off to a very slow start for the Houston Aeros, but it picked up with an 11-game winning streak, a 12-game unbeaten streak. And we decided to put a little year-in-review tape. Let's take a look at 1996. 1996 has been a lot of fun, and starting tomorrow, 1997 should be equally as exciting. The Aeros and the Blades scoreless in the first intermission. We'll have the highlights when we return. Welcome back to Kemper Arena, a scoreless hockey game, and some fans here at Kemper Arena wanting to say hello to some people in Guelph, Ontario. I'm sure you must have some people you know out there. Well, I know everybody.
I know a lot of people. Actually, my sister's watching tonight in Canada. She's in Calgary. I'd like to wish her a Happy New Year.
Yeah, any New Year's resolutions for you?
Well, maybe just to work a little better with you, but that's all me.
No, I said resolution, not a dream. Well, what we do have is a dream matchup here. A couple of teams that have really picked it up as of late. The Blades on a 3-game winning streak. Even though the Aeros have dropped 4 in a row, they are off an 11-game winning streak, and this is kind of the game we expected. Both teams going with their game plan. It has come down to tonight's netminders.
Well, both netminders have played very, very well, Adam, and that's the one thing. And you can see here, Mike Yo working very hard, and what a shot by Mark Gregg. He just cannot beat Larry Dick, who's very sharp tonight. He's on the top of his crease, and he's playing very, very well. But at the other end, Frederick Chabot also doing a job, and he's going to use the old-fashioned Eddie Bauer poke check here on Firstweiler. He gets it out and had to be very sharp as Sylvester was reaching, trying to get the loose rebound. He cannot get to it. Frederick Chabot beats him to it. And then once again, Dick gets the good shot from the point, top of the crease, Frederick Chabot, and you can see him down in that crouch style. That's what he does very, very well.
And that takes us to our Southwest Airlines Aeros logbook, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. 11-7 shots on goal in favor of the Kansas City Blades. The face-offs 10-8 in favor of the Aeros in the penalty minutes. The Aeros 3 for 7, 2 for 9 for the Kansas City Blades. When we return, face-off for the second period. We are scoreless from Kansas City. We'll be back. Ready for the start of the second period. The Aeros and the Blades scoreless. But we talked about Mark Gregg and how important it was to get him back in the lineup, and had a terrific first period. Had at least 3 quality scoring chances in the first period for the Aeros.
Well, I'd say out of all the forwards, he had the most jump, and he's well rested. And he had that eye injury at him, and I talked to him on the flight coming out to Kansas City, and he said it was the first 48 hours that he really scared him.
Yeah, he had to sleep sitting up, I understand.
Well, he had to, because he had to drain the blood down into his cheek and mouth area. He could not sleep lying on his back. That had to be pretty tough for him. I can't even imagine sleeping sitting up.
Bill Bowler, Graham Townsend, Mark Greer with Dave Basiggio and Darcy Rowenka to start the second period for the Aeros. Blades will go with Dale Craigwell, John Purvis. Defensively, Herter and Rochefort. Again, the Aeros still on the power play for a minute 13 to start the period. Bowler trying to cut in. That's chipped away. Aeros still without a shot on goal on this power play, which was off a double minor to Jeff Medill.
And I think they had time to regroup and look for a better power play by the Aeros coming out in the second period.
Bowler and Townsend trying to loosen up the puck for the Aeros, but the Blades batted out to center ice. Purvis trying to move in around Basiggio. He's right in on goal, but poke check by Chabot. A big play there, but not without a price, as Dave Basiggio went careening into the end wall. A little slow to get up, but he'll make his way to the bench. And the puck is out of play, and a moment ago, a great poke check from Freddie Chabot.
Well, in the first period, we said the old Eddie Bauer poke check. Famous goaltender for the Maple Leafs used to always use the poke check. Frederick Chabot must have got some tips as he throws out his stick, and Purvis driving to the net. And that's one thing Doug Sotart said before the game. Purvis was not doing that early. Now he's driving hard to the net.
And we send it down to the Aeros bench, and Rob Dobson and Dauber. What was addressed in the intermission by Dave Tippett coming into the second period?
Well, I think if you looked at the score, 0-0, it would depict a good road period for us. However, in the room, there was a lot of animosity. The guys were kind of ticked off, you know. We felt we were doing too many fancy things. We played hard the first 10 minutes as a team. The second 10 minutes kind of slacked off. The last 2 minutes of that power play were horrendous for us. We weren't able to get it in deep. We felt there was too many turnovers at the blue line. The guys basically just wanted to bear down and start to play more as a team and continue to get in their zone and create chances.
A lot of credit, Dauber, should go to the Kansas City penalty killing.
Well, it was Adam, but I think our gap was so big that it made it real easy for them, and we weren't able to, you know, if we close our gap down and come up with some more speed, it's going to make it a lot tougher on their D to stand up.
Thank you very much. A minute gone in the second period. We are scoreless. 18 seconds left in the Aero power play as Conroy to center. Give it to Mark Gray, but it rolled off his stick, and the Blades shoot it right back down the ice. And that will just about do it for the power play. Chabot slows for Hurlbut, and And the Aeros will go 0 for 2 on the man advantage. Here is first Riley trying to center one. That's knocked loose. Rowenka turning along the boards, and the penalty is over, and Medill back out on the ice. Conroy across the line. Looks in front, trying to center one. Medill takes that away, and he'll scamper to center ice. He'll shoot the puck into the glove save made by Frederick Chabot, and he will hold on to it with almost 2 minutes gone in the second period and a scoreless hockey game.
And today, talking with Dave Tippett, and Dave Tippett just did a terrific job with this Aero team. The one thing he's really proud of is that the goals against for the Aeros, 2.70, is top in the Western Conference in the IHL. He's very proud of that. He's a very defensive-minded coach, but he still likes those defense jumping into the play, and he's very pleased with the third period of his hockey team. They've outscored their opponent 36-11 in the third period. That means they're in great condition. He prided himself when he played in being in great condition, and now he has his hockey team in great condition.
Puck is in Aero territory. Here is David Bruce's shot, stuck aside by Chabot. Runs it along the wall. And there's Mike Yeo to fling it out to center. Aeros trying to get there, but Purvis was back. Jumped on by Yeo, trying to bring it across the line. Yeo cutting in, but that was just offside, and the faceoff brought back to center. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters at the Summit, January 24th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at all Ticketmaster outlets and the Summit box office. Last year's game sold out, so buy your tickets early. For group discounts, contact the Summit or the Houston Aeros Group Sales Department. You ever seen the Globetrotters?
Yeah, I have. They are so entertaining. They really are.
I went when I was a kid for my birthday, and it sticks with you forever. It is quite a show.
I used to love when they had the confetti in the bucket.
Oh, and I don't even recognize the guys anymore. I mean, Meadowlark Lemon is back, you know, that's how far back I take it. Curly Neal and all that. I couldn't recognize hardly anybody.
Starting to give away your age now?
I didn't say that, but obviously you just did. Thank you. There'll be some lovely parting gifts for you after the show. Here is Craigwell. He'll bring it out to center. And the Blades roll it into Aero territory as Chabot comes out. Swings it to Valamon. He was tied up on the play by David Bruce. Puck came to the line. Drew Palmer, a quick shot. Ooh, that changed direction a little bit, but went wide as Chabot. And the Aeros bring it up and out at center ice. Freer sends it for Basigio. Going to the net was Freer again, but it was tipped away. And here come the Blades, but the Aeros with 2 guys back. Purvis with Emmons. Purvis, nice move, cutting in. He centered. The shot went just wide, and the Aeros are going to get a penalty. What a play, a great 2-on-1 between Purvis and Emmons, and we'll sort everything out and bring you the Blade power play. When we return, we're scoreless. Scoreless from Kemper Arena, but Troy, the Blades about to go on the power play.
Well, John Purvis, mainly noted as a goal scorer and a big shooter, made some very nice play here, and Al May ended up taking a hooking penalty, hauling down David Bruce in front of Frederick Chabot.
So the Aeros will have to try and kill off the second power play of the night for the Kansas City Blades. They are 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Here is Jakes across the line, but Balasevic was ahead of the play. He had to regroup, and now, of course, that new rule in hockey where you have to let the defenseman carry out with it. I am so against that rule. I think we should just have it the old way.
I think it slows down. They say it speeds up the game, but...
Well, and it's bad. I mean, part of the strategy of hockey is to attack the puck carrier, and you're allowing them to move up, what, 50 feet, unobstructed. Puck is in Aero territory, and Jakes flings it off the boards. That is out at center ice. And here is Balasevic shorthanded. Conroy going to the net. Here's Conroy in with his shot. By Larry Dick. Wow, a terrific stick save from Larry Dick, and now Ewen getting into it with Conroy, and a penalty coming up as Conroy trying to keep his cool, but then he fires back. Conroy had his cool kept for the longest at times, and then he took a swing at Dean Ewen, and that might cost the Aeros the power play.
I believe it's going to end up going 4-on-4 as Al Conroy took the late shot at Dean Ewen. I think it's going to be even up.
Yeah, well, it won't make it 4-on-4 because the Blades are still on the power play, but Ewen had taken a pop at Conroy, and I'm not sure Al realized that they were going to get a power play out of the deal. So that will make things, or we'll keep things, I believe, at 4-on-3.
And what a play by Rob Balasevic to set up Al Conroy, who got away a very good shot. Larry Dick going from his left to his right, stayed down low and kept his stick on the ice to deny Al Conroy.
Purvis Out with Emmons and David Bruce. Claudio Scremin and Jason Herter defensively. The Aeros will counter with Mark Freer, Mike Yeo, Dave Basigio, and Carl Valamont. But now Scremin comes off the ice. They're going to go Bruce, Cerrone, Emmons with Herter and Purvis on this power play. And off the face-off, Aeros have it. Carl Valamont swings it in with 1:02 left in Al May's penalty. Purvis. He'll roll the puck out at center ice. Herter drills it into Aero territory. Yeo takes his man to the boards. Here is Emmons popping it back to the line. Herter looks to get a shot away. That hits Cerrone, I believe, and the Aeros come away with it. Freer through the neutral zone. A shot deflected away. And in after it, Cerrone. He and Yeo go shoulder to shoulder. Behind the net, Freer trying to dig it out. He had it behind the cage. Looks in front, trying to stuff it out in front, but Purvis was there.
Aeros doing a great job up ice. Mike Yeo, Mark Freer, forechecking very well.
Just about 5 minutes gone in the second. We're still scoreless. 19 seconds left in the Al May penalty. Puck is at center. And Cerrone sends it back, and John Purvis. Forecheck by Bill Bowler. He'll wind it to center, and it's David Bruce trying to regroup, but LaRose took it away, but shot it right to Jason Herter, and the Blades bring it across the line with 3 on the power play. Here's a puck along the wall, back to the line as May comes out of the penalty box. And the Blades, Hirschweiler hemmed in by Basigio. And the Aeros are back. Here is Bill Bowler at center ice, tipped it ahead for LaRose, knocked away by Jim Kite. And the big Blade defenseman takes over to Paul Dick. Kite. Center for Hirschweiler. Brent Culloden trying to bring it across the line into the late offside as Kite will play it. That'll be the intentional offside, and they'll bring the face-off back down into the Kansas City end. Fans, keep your kids out of the hot weather this summer and put them on ice. Sign up for the 3rd annual Houston Aeros Hockey Camp. Join Graham Townsend, Rob Dobson, and other current former Aeros as they teach your child the great game of hockey the way the pros do it. Call the Aeros office, 621-2842. With the summer camp here, and Rob Dobson, part of it. And Dauber, how are things going? Have you heard how anything's going with the camp?
Pardon?
Have you heard how the camp is going as far as signups go?
Well, it's going pretty good. We try to get an early registration for December around Christmas time, but I think the majority of the push will go in February. But we're looking to get it bigger and better than it has in the past. I know we enjoy working with the kids, and it's a real treat to see how hockey has grown in the city of Houston.
Do you see a lot of pride when you see a kid start out with your school and then at the end how he's progressed?
Well, it's amazing how much we see them progress over the summer, and we see a lot of kids throughout the year and how much better they actually have got.
Thank you very much. Puck is in the Aero end. Here's a stop shot by Sylvester, but Jakes was there to clear it. This will be an icing call, though, as Paul Dick will go back, and they'll bring a face-off back into Aero territory with just about 6 minutes gone in the second. No score.
Very good defensive zone coverage by the Aeros. Realizing the puck was going to go to the net, they collapse, all 5 of them, and then branch out. Very good job. Dave Tippett, well, he's done a very good job this year, as we've noted.
He's had the toughest of let's say, months here, losing Gary Shuchuk. And now losing Mark Lamb for tonight. Again, if you're just joining us, Mark Lamb back home in Houston, his wife Tanya. They're expecting her to give birth, if she hasn't already.
Hopefully she has, and the baby is healthy.
Oh,
5 fingers,
so.
5 toes.
And if it's a boy, I'm sure a 25-game tryout in hand.
Sure, and if the boy can be half the player that Mark Lamb is, he's going to have a great career.
Puck is in the Aero end. Here is Shabbat. He'll roll it over to Mike Hurlbut. Steered it up the wall, but it was held in by Paul Dick. In a second effort, he held it in once again. Culloden pushed off the puck, and here come the Aeros in transition, 3-on-3. Jakes a long shot, stopped by Dick. Moving is Simone. He centered a pass. Bowler couldn't fish it out. And there was Dick to roll it ahead. Here come the Blades. They've got it up ice, a pass. Hirschweiler right in, shooting. Shabbat saving. And another penalty coming up. Hirschweiler got by the Aeros defense. And I believe Steve Jakes is going to get the penalty here, or is it Mike Hurlbut? I think that'll go. It will be Hurlbut. And the Aeros, for the second consecutive time, will be shorthanded.
Well, Mike Hurlbut playing the puck carrier and ends up Hirschweiler getting a step on the inside. Mike Hurlbut getting his stick in, giving him a twist. Hirschweiler going down, cannot get the shot away on Frederick Shabbat. The defense like to get that stick in there so that when a player's starting to shoot, He cannot get that good velocity on the shot. But there, Mike Hurlbut gets the stick in a little bit too much. He's going to go down for 2 minutes for hooking.
Blades on their third power play of the night. 0 for 2 thus far on the man advantage. And the Aeros win the draw, and it's quickly popped down the ice.
What a great effort by Al Conroy to win the draw and then jump on the loose puck, winning a one-on-one battle, getting it all the way down the ice.
Puck is out at center. Basigio will turn. Running up the wall and back into Kansas City territory. Purvis will shoot the puck in. Shabbat to slow behind the net. Scoreless from Kansas City. We are 7 minutes into the second period. Puck is picked up by the Aeros, and Mike Yeo, short-handed, will just toss it right back down the ice.
When he talked little plays, Al Conroy there, he could not get his stick on the puck, so he kicked it over to Mike Yeo to get it all the way down the ice.
Craigwell in across the pass, scheme to Purvis. They are offsides, the Blades are, and the faceoff comes back to center ice with the power play down to 1:15 for the Kansas City Blades.
John Purvis, who had those 56 goals last year, only second to Craig Fisher in the IHL. What a year Craig Fisher had, 74 goals. I was like, that's unheard of. That's amazing.
Well, the Aeros, I think, are just glad that Fisher's in the AHL now after he was traded.
Well, he was a slayer of the Aeros. I believe he had, what, 14 goals against the Aeros?
So, him being in the AHL, at least one down, but lots to go. Here is Jason Herter. Scremin. He'll fire it in. Jake's trying to clear. Herter held it in, a puck that was in front. The Aeros come out with it. Short-handed, 3-on-2. Al May across the line, but offsides.
Both teams' power plays have struggled, but it's been the penalty killers. The 4 players are outworking the 5 Blade players, and the same thing when the Aeros get on the power play. The 4 Blades are outworking the Aeros, and the team that sorts out their power play first in a 0-0 game, well, that could be a huge advantage.
Gary Emmons, team captain for the Kansas City Blades, getting set, and he's one of the better face-off men in the IHL, but he won't take the draw. It will be Jason Cerrone in a scoreless game with 7.5 to go in the second. Basigio back to his own blue line. The power play to 53 seconds, and it's run back down the ice.
Would you say that the Aeros have controlled the face-offs tonight?
Absolutely. They've had a tremendous night in the face-off department. Purvis, though, for Kansas City. Sends it up for Scremin. Lost the handle, but the Blades turning. Here is Emmons. Tossed it for David Bruce. He's got Cerrone in front, but the pass came. Purvis shooting. What a save by Shabbat. A terrific save by Freddie Shabbat after John Purvis had a lane down the right side. Freddie about 5 or 6 feet to cut down the angle, and the puck is cleared. Blades are back, and Purvis trying to clear it, taken away by LaRose. He couldn't get in front. Scremin trying to move it ahead, and it's taken away by LaRose. Short-handed, moving down the boards, but Purvis popped it away, and here come the Blades in transition. Power play down to 3 seconds. Here is Craigwell, centered. Purvis, the shot, blocked, and Hurlbut out of the box. Aeros 3-on-2, but Hurlbut lost the handle on it, and it's back into Kansas City territory. Craigwell, bumped by LaRose. Bowler trying to work it down. Purvis along the boards, trying to scoop it through LaRose. He'll just gently roll it off the wall and out to center ice.
And all of a sudden, the pace in this game, the last 2 minutes, picked up about 2 folds.
Mark Craig will shoot the puck into the Kansas City zone. Herter going back, and he'll turn it around with 11 minutes to go in the second. No score. Colleton for the Blades to Cerrone. Long shot, stick save made by Shabbat. Aeros have it. Conroy gave it away. Here's the shot by Sylvester, and he will get a shot on to Shabbat. He'll make a glove save and hold on. 10:45 to go in the second, and we remain scoreless.
And Frederick Shabbat with the save of the game. Unbelievable save here. Great play by David Bruce to get the puck over to Purvis, and Purvis trying to go upstairs, but Frederick Shabbat, you talk about being aggressive, way out on the top of his crease, finds the loose puck, just denies Purvis. Looks as big as a house sliding out there.
17 saves tonight for Freddie Shabbat. And here's a quick centering pass by Cerrone, and it's picked up by Freer and moved out to center. Aeros looking for Mark Craig in the corner. Played it, negated the icing. Freer Skate to skate with Cerrone. Cerrone tossed him aside. Puck is picked up by the Blades, and they are out to center, but Houston with 3 guys back, and a pass that's intercepted by Hurlbut. Aeros back in their own end. Jakes gets it up to Yo, and it's into Kansas City territory. Here is Paul Dick. He'll scoop one to center, and Cullen's got it left side. Sends one. Cerrone the drive, and I think Chabot got a stick on that and deflected it away. Another nice save, but another great rush by the Blades. Mark Gregg scoops it over to Steve Jakes. Puck is out at center ice. Mark Gregg trying to advance it. Here is Hurlbut to fire it in, and the Blades go back.
And the Aeros very lucky that Frederick Chabot the last couple of minutes has been very sharp.
Paul Dick in behind the net as the Aeros have Al Conroy, Al May, Rob Palasevic out there with Sigio and Valamont defensively. Here's a long pass that misses everybody, but it goes down to Chabot. He will cover up, and he will hold on to now Sigio, and Medill getting into it. Gee, you never see Jeff Medill getting his stick up and stirring things up, as he says that tongue-in-cheek. But a moment ago, Freddie Chabot, another tough save.
Well, Cerrone just drills the puck at Frederick Chabot after getting a very good pass from Culleton. Frederick Chabot had to be very alert as he had Culleton driving into the net. After he made the nice pass, he drove hard to the net, and Frederick Chabot very alertly kicks it to his right-hand side.
To the bench, and Rob Dobson. Has this game opened up more to Dave Tippett's liking?
Oh, I think so. And, you know, you looked at the penalties that they had, the two power play opportunities for Kansas City, and I think for both teams it looks as though they get better chances when they're killing penalties. But the game pace has picked up a little bit from the bench, and I think more importantly we have to take care of the gray areas to kind of slow it down a little bit.
Thank you very much. Off the face-off, Sigio rolled it along the wall, and that scoops up over the glass and out of play. 9:14 to go in the second. A terrific crowd on hand here. You know, this building used to rock and roll Kemper Arena back in the heyday when the Blades won the Turner Cup in '90, and also a few years later when they were in the finals against the Denver Grizzlies. A crowd of better than 8,000 here this evening, and they're making some serious noise tonight.
Well, they're getting ready to watch a great hockey game, which is in progress, and then head out on the town for a little New Year's Eve cheer.
I'm just taking it easy tonight. I'm just going to go to my room and read a book, I think, after this game.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm serious.
Well, I disagree.
Puck is centered, and that went just wide. That might have went off the pad of Chabot, but the puck is cleared to center. Palasevic trying to bring it across the line. That was cleared by Claudio Scremin. And here come the Kansas City Blades. Emmons fired it into Aero territory. Valamont will go back. Big hit along the wall as Dean Ewen rocked Valamont. Puck centered. Back to the line. Here's Scremin. Fake the shot. Let it fly. That was blocked. And the Aeros come out with it 3-on-2. Palasevic with Sigio and Conroy, but it was poked away by Drew Palmer. Nice play there.
Some big hits by Dean Ewen, crunching Carl Valmont, and then almost getting the puck in front so a Blade could have a great scoring chance.
Scremin has it for the Blades. He rolled it to Craigwell. Back to Purvis. Here's Craigwell right in. Centered the shot, and Chabot is there, but I don't think he made the original save. I think the first one may have hit a skate. Things really have opened up from Kemper Arena, and we return after this.
Claudio Scremin leads the rush for the Blades up ice towards Frederick Chabot. He ends up giving it to Craigwell. Craigwell's going to give the old give and go to Purvis, and Purvis knows he's going to give it back to Craigwell. But watch the defensive zone coverage of the Aeros. 3 players back. Craigwell tries to feed it out front. 4 Aeros in that danger zone, only 1 Blade. Excellent coverage by the Aeros.
Jakes played that perfectly.
He took his man, and then he was there to block him out, and Frederick Chabot makes an easy save by covering up.
You know, one thing that not many people have made comment about is the job Dave Tippett's done with the club, bringing the goals against almost a goal and a half less per game than last year. And here's Graham Townsend on the offensive end with a drive, and that's deflected away. Picked up in the corner by Bowler. Here's Hurlbut, the shot, whistled just wide of the net, and the Blades come up ice with it. David Bruce to John Purvis. And the former San Francisco Spiner and Fort Wayne Comet trying to bring it ahead. Now Craigwell trying Trying to advance it, goes into Blade territory. Bowler's got it, 2-on-1 in front, but then he lost it. Herter had to take it away, but pick up LaRose. He centered, Bowler poked at it, but Larry Dick was there. That thing was about as ugly as a block punt on the 2-yard line, but they were scrambling around in there, and finally, Larry Dick will hold on. KNWS and the Houston Aeros return to the airways January the 8th as the Aeros battle these same Kansas City Blades. Always a classic battle when these two go at it. Join Troy and I for all the action beginning at 7:30 p.m. right here on your homes for Houston Aeros hockey. KNWS Channel 51 and KKHT 106.9 FM.
And Larry Dick, the only legally blind goaltender with the one eye in the IHL or in hockey, period.
You know, some people would think that that's a problem. Not for him, nor is the deafness of Jim Kite, who's on the ice right now. Jim Kite, in fact, his 4 brothers are deaf, and I like the line. He says, you mess with one of my brothers, you mess with all of us.
And those are big boys to mess with.
Yeah. Tipping him right at about 230 pounds and a little over 6'5", 6'6". Is speaking of Kite, he's got the puck in his end, could not clear it, and now Freer will turn. Freer with a long shot that went wide, and Larry Dick will cover up and hold on, and we send it down to the bench, and Rob Dobson.
I just heard you talking about Jim Kite, and as a player who gets an opportunity to work with a lot of people in the public and do hockey schools throughout USA and Canada, it's a real pleasure to have had the opportunity one summer back in Ottawa to work a hockey school for Jim Kite that he and his brothers did for the deaf children in that area, and it's just tremendous. Each kid gets to come to his camp free of charge and enjoy just a week of great times and good things, and Jimmy does a tremendous job with the deaf people around the Ottawa area.
Thank you very much. As a shot going just wide of the net. Here is Mark Gregg in the corner. He battles in there with Cerrone, and finally the puck is tied up, and play is whistled down.
And earlier you were talking about the goals against of the Aeros really coming down. In the last 13 games, they've only given up 30 shots or more once. I guess that's how you get your goals against down.
Well, Dave Tippett preached it. I mean, here's a guy that came in, he had an idea when he took over for Terry Ruskowski, and he put in a system that was effective, and then it started out this year, and it really wasn't that effective, and he made some terrific adjustments, and you know, he says he gives full credit to the team for turning it around and giving the 11-game winning streak. I give a lot of the credit to the players, yes, but I think Dave Tippett did a terrific job. Nobody worked harder than him in watching tapes and deciding how to make adjustments.
Well, the one thing that the players did, they started to believe. They believe in Dave Tippett, and they take that to heart. And with his system and his style of play, this Aero team's going to have a lot of success.
Face-off left side of Larry Dick. Puck back to the line. Rolled down. Mike Yeo, a shot. Went just wide. Aeros working the puck down low. It went behind the cage, and Jim Kite is there. Quickly dispersed it up the boards, and here is David Bruce, the long lead pass. Purvis in across the line. Craigwell cutting to the far boards, but Purvis, that no-look pass. Very dangerous as Freer read that. He'll shoot it down the ice. Icing waved off.
And I wonder if Mark Freer was just yelling at Purvis, I'm here, and Purvis drops it right to him.
Kite moves it up the boards. It's out to center. Lead pass just eluding Dale Crankwell. Hurlbutt will go back. Spin it along the wall. Aeros trying to move it up the ice. Al Conroy 2-on-2 with Valasevic. Here's Conroy across the line. Backhander stopped by Larry Dick. Puck in front. The shot. What a save by Dick in front. I'm not sure that second one got to him, but it sure looked like it. He made a beautiful save, if indeed it did. He had a couple of guys in front of him, and the puck is back.
All started by Al Conroy driving hard to the net and just getting the shot on the net.
Here's a centering pass, and there was Larry Dick, very alert with a stick to knock it down. And the Blades turn it around, and Jakes taking Ewen to the boards. Ewen fired it into Aero territory, and Valasevic is there. He'll clear it out at center ice. 6 minutes to go in the second. Still no score. Puck is out to center ice. This is exactly the kind of hockey game we expected. I am not surprised one bit we're scoreless at this point.
Well, you just got to look at the all-time series, 7-7-1. They've all been close.
Valasevic run into by Ewen. The puck shoveled up over the glass and into the crowd. 5:37 to go in the second period. We are scoreless from Kansas City. Come celebrate the holidays downtown at Southwestern Bell. Miracle on Main Street. This year, downtown's popular ice rink is bigger and open longer. You can bring your friends and family any day through January the 5th. That's the Miracle on Main Street, the most exciting place to be outside of Kansas City for the holidays.
Well, a little different place to come for the New Year's.
Oh, I love it here. I love it here.
And back to, you said you're going back to read the book. I thought we made a deal that you're going to take me out for dinner, and you're going to pick up the tab.
Wow. Obviously, illusions of grandeur on your part. You know, it's going to be tough for me to pick up your tab with you on my coattails. I'm kidding. Puck is in the blade zone. You've been terrific this year, Troy. And, I got a quick second. I do want to wish you a Happy New Year in '97.
Thank you.
Puck is in the blade zone. Here is Guy LaRose turning. He's got Townsend going to the net. Now Townsend looking for a lane to open things up as Bowler battling behind the cage, shaking off the check. He had his stick held, and that will be a penalty to Gary Evans. Bowler getting his stick held by Gary Evans. He doesn't like the call. We'll sort everything out after this. 5:05 to go in the second. Aeros on the power play after this.
Hi, I'm Alan McGinnis of the St. Louis Blues, and this is David and Trevor. Hockey is a tough game. Here are some tips how to avoid and receive checks. Your opponent will probably be approaching at high speed. To avoid him, you can accelerate quickly away, or if there's no time, take the hit safely using these methods. Keep your knees bent slightly, your elbows in. Most of the impact will be absorbed in the shoulders, hips, and legs. Keep your head up. If you're doing the checking, never lead with your head. And don't try to check if you're off balance. Never check an opponent from behind. Have fun and practice hard.
Friday, TSN delivers the ice IHL style. Check out the High Octane Show live from Cleveland as the Lumberjacks take their best cuts against the Phoenix Roadrunners. The IHL puck stops here, Friday on TSN.
Play underway, and the Aeros on the power play holding to Gary Emmons. Aeros on their third power play. Here's Guy LaRose, chipped it down. Bowler looking in front. Aeros still without a shot on goal on their power play. Bowler looks in front, sends it down. LaRose, the shot, poked away by Larry Dick. Another shot, that went just wide. LaRose digging at it. Here is Bowler, cutting in, center. The shot by Rowanka, hammered wide. LaRose trying to get in there. He's battling, but it was picked up by Herter, and he will smack that the length of the ice.
A couple of great chances by the Aeros. Larry Dick standing very tall in the net. It's good to see, though, very good puck movement so far in this power play.
This is the Larry Dick I remember 2 years ago for the Kansas City Blade. That's the same year the Milwaukee Admirals didn't want him, and Doug Sotart, the general manager, wasted no time to get him. Here's Mark Craig for the Aeros. Chipped away by Jim Kite. Picked up by the Aeros, Freer. It is Mark Craig with 44 on the power play to Freer. Trying to shake off the Jim Kite check. Puck is back, Basija to Rowanka. Lets a shot go, that's way wide of the net. Rowanka again from the top of the slot to Freer. Aeros cycle the puck down low for Mark Craig. Back to the line, Rowanka tees it up, the drive, right on! And Larry Dick with a glove save.
Some very good puck movement on the power play by the Aeros. Mark Freer setting up Darcy Rowanka, who's had a hot hand of late, getting the shot on Larry Dick. What a good shot here. He would like to see a little more traffic in front of Larry Dick. As Larry Dick is, when he's on, that's going to be a routine save.
Darcy Rowanka has been just terrific as of late for the Aeros. In his last 4 games, 4 goals and an assist. His last 6, though, 4 goals, 3 assists for 7 points. And when the game has been on the line down the stretch, Rowanka has been the guy that Dave Tippett has been counting on, and he's been the guy that's paid off for him.
Well, he's starting to use that big one-timer shot of his, and Dave Tippett realizing that, knowing that you can score off a face-off with that big shot.
Here's Almay centering a pass, and Dick was there. Another shot. Oh, it hit the post, I think. Larry Dick was out of position. I'm not so sure that didn't hit the post. And Jason Cerrone is there. Freer will go back. Power play down to 2 seconds, and the Blades out of the box. It is Emmons who nearly took that away. Mike Yeo for Houston. Fired the puck into Kansas City territory. Cerrone He'll move it out to center for Paul Dick. Chip bowler, but picked up again by the Blades. Houston back. He'll shoot the puck in into Blade territory as Dick goes back with 2:40 left in the second, no score.
And you get the feeling that the team that makes the first big mistake is going to be the team trailing, and it's going to be tough for that team to get back into it.
And here is a puck that's brought in by Firschweiler, but it's shipped out to center ice. Kite sizzles one into Aero territory. It's picked up by Cullinan. Here's Brent Cullinan, a shot that was blocked by Jakes. Grant Townsend will take over. Here come the Aeros through center. Keeler Rose fired it into the Blade end. Out of the net, Dick. He'll swat it along the boards. Sylvester to Herter. And that's pushed up and taken away by Townsend. Back to the line. Basicio, the shot deflected away. Firschweiler. He'll move to center ice, and here come the Blades. Knee pass broken up by Jakes. And he'll gently roll it into Kansas City territory. 1:45 left in the second, no score. Palomar is at his blue line. The Blades take over. And get it across the line. Simone for Houston. Trying to bring it across. Rochefort put a shoulder into him. Jason Herter is back. He'll send it along the wall. Balasevic firing his body into the check. A centering pass just missing Conroy. Blades up ice. David Bruce will backhand it into the arrow end. And Balasevic will go back. Simone. Long pass for Conroy. Across the line. Amanda beats Scremin. Conroy the shot. That was just wide of the net. And it's poked to neutral ice. Oh, the Aeros nearly had too many men. Here's Craigwell. 3-on-1 to Purvis. Back Craigwell. The shot scored! What a goal by John Purvis. That was a terrific execution of a 3-on-1. The Aeros had just the one guy back.
But it was the line change of the Aeros. Not a good line change by the Aeros. Next thing you know, Craigwell and Purvis do the give and go to perfection. Steve Jakes, the only player back. Craigwell gives it back to Purvis. Frederick Chabot had no chance whatsoever on this play, as it was a 3-on-1 with Purvis, Craigwell. David Bruce was in the picture. And you talk about mistakes, that's a big mistake by the Aeros, and one that they're going to have to battle back through to get back into this hockey game.
Yeah, giving up a goal in under a minute. Here's Yo right back, and a shot right on, and Larry Dick makes the save. Purvis is 14th. And you hit it right on the head, that bad line change.
Well, in the way the game was going at him, it was such a tight game. Both teams playing excellent. It's those little mistakes that will come back to haunt you, and it was just a line change by the Aeros that was not executed properly. The next thing you know, the puck is in your net.
So a face-off to the right side of Larry Dick. And the Blades with Craigwell, John Purvis, and David Bruce. Aeros counter with Freer, Yo, and Gregg. And it's Mark Gregg top of the slot. A long shot block. And Craigwell moves it up. Here come the Blades. Bruce across the line, shooting, and Chabot saving, rebound. Here's Craigwell right in, he centered it, but the Aeros get it away. Kansas City has really turned things around here a little bit. That goal's fired him up, but the Aeros coming right back as Yo. Trying to negate the icing. 20! David Bruce moving to center ice. He'll shoot the puck in. And back is Mike Hurlbutt with 14 seconds to go in the second period. 1-0 Kansas City. Chabot slowing. Puck is chipped out at center, and that will be the end of the second period. A near perfect period. The Aeros caught in a bad line change, and Kansas City's John Purvis taking advantage of it. And Larry Dick has been the story with some terrific saves also.
Well, both goaltenders have played very well. Frederick Chabot for the Aeros and Larry Dick for the Kansas City Blades. And now Dave Tippett has to go into his locker room, rally his troops. The one thing that they have going for them, they've outscored the opponent 36-11 in the third period. He's going to need some of those goals.
And that takes us to our high-low scoring summary, brought to you by High-Low Auto Supply. What you need is high-low. The only goal, John Purvis. With 57 seconds remaining in the second period, Dale Craigwell, the only assist. The Blades lead at 1-0. When we return, we'll have a news update, and then we will visit with Doug Sotart, the general manager of the Kansas City Blades.
This sports break is brought to you by Nissan. Life is a journey. Enjoy the ride.
Well, the countdown continues on 1996. 5 NHL games tonight on this, the final day of the year. One of those games, the New York Rangers facing the Tampa Bay Lightning. First period, Lightning up 1-0. Brian Bradley throws it in front to Selovanov. He beats Glenn Healy. It's 2-0 for the Lightning. Later in the period, Selovanov again. The pass to John Cullen, and it's 2-0 for the Lightning. Rangers finally do get on the board. Bruce Driver lets the shot go. It goes off a stick in front. Adam Graves puts it in. The Lightning lead by a score of 3-1. On to the Devils and Sabres now. Last time these two teams met, it was a 0-0 shutout. Won't happen this time. Early on, Brian Holzinger comes out the corner, beats Brodeur, and it's 1-0 for the Sabres. Later in the first period, Sabres leading 2-1. Mike Pekka brings it up ice, rips it past Brodeur, a shorthanded goal. That made the score 3-1, and we can tell you it is now 4-1. Sabres leading New Jersey in the second period of play. On now to Calgary. Dwayne Rollison between the pipes facing the San Jose Sharks. First period comes up big, absolutely robs Ray Whitney from in close. Then it's Jeff Friesen, walks out of the corner, a couple of good moves, goes 5-hole, and gives the Sharks a 1-0 lead, and that is the score right now in the first period of play. On to the Flyers game, where the Flyers got quite a scare just a little while ago. Look at upper left-hand portion of your screen. Eric Lindros and Paul Coffey collide. Paul Coffey's head hits the ice hard. Just moments ago, Coffey was taken off the ice into the dressing room wearing a neck brace. As soon as we get any word on this condition, we'll, of course, pass it on to you. Right now, that game between the Flyers and Canucks is scoreless, and Colorado leads Chicago by a score of 1-0. Earlier today at the World Junior Hockey Championships, Canada and the Czech Republic fought to a 3-3 tie. That's all for now.
1-0, the Kansas City Blades lead it on John Purvis's 14th of the season. Welcome back, and I am visiting with the Vice President and General Manager of the Kansas City Blades, Doug Sotart. And first of all, this hockey game, what a solid hockey game defensively, and both goaltenders are outstanding.
It really is. There's a lot of great goaltending going on tonight, and I think both clubs are playing very strong defensively.
And your club has really turned it around. They're winners of 3 in a row. At one point, this club was 10-16-2, and now you guys have rattled off 3 in a row. What has turned it around?
Well, we always felt that we had a pretty good hockey club, that we just took some time to gel. It's maybe taken a little bit longer than what we'd wanted, but it seems like the team has come together. They're playing hard, and even when we were losing, we were playing hard, so that was a good sign. We weren't getting breaks. We had a few injuries at the start of the season, not to make excuses, but we felt the talent is there, and as you can see tonight, the guys are working hard, and hopefully we can pull this one out.
Well, I think you made a really gutsy move. It was just after the Aeros were in here last time, and there were a lot of trade rumors circulating throughout the Blades organization. Guys were going to be traded. You walked into the locker room and you said, guys, look, I'm going to squelch them right now. I'm either going to win with you guys, I'm either going to lose with you guys. I thought that was a good comment.
Well, it is. You know, we had seen the progress that we were making, but the results just weren't there. And anytime you're losing hockey games, there's always the side of the hockey business of trades, and you know, it was filtering around the dressing room the possibility that a few players being traded, but we put a squash to it because we like our hockey club, and you know, that's just one of the things. When you're losing hockey games, you got to look to improve your hockey club, and we haven't done anything except a small trade early in the year for Jason Cerrone. But we feel that, you know, the talent is there, and hopefully we can win a few hockey games.
This is the first season for the Blades organization not to have an affiliation with the San Jose Sharks. Obviously, that means now you have to bring in all your own guys. Has it been tough for you?
Well, not really. It was enjoyable. We had a great relationship with the San Jose Sharks. We developed a number of players for them over the last 5 years. They've been good to us. We won a Turner Cup championship with them. We went to the finals 2 years ago. And but they decided to move on to the American Hockey League, so we parted on good terms, left the door open for them. But it's been exciting for us to put our own team together and have our own players here for the entire season. We're maybe a little bit older than what we'd like to be, but we've added a few younger players that have jumped in and contributed greatly to our hockey club right now. So it's been exciting, and it's Kansas City's team now.
Well, I appreciate you stopping by for the visit, and the best of luck for the rest of the year.
Thank you very much, Adam.
Happy New Year to you. 1-0, the Kansas City Blades lead it, and we'll have the highlights and stats after this. Blades with a 1-0 lead after 2 periods of play, and Troy Gamble, Larry Dick has definitely been the story of this second period, and in fact of this whole hockey game.
Well, here he's going to make a great save on Darcy Warenka, who's going to get the big shot from the point, but there's no traffic in front of the net, and that's one thing Dave Tippett would love to see is more traffic in front of Larry Dick. There, Darcy Warenka gets the shot away, but there's no traffic. But at the other end, what a great play. Purvis does the tipola. Carl Velmont gets caught on a line change. Craigwell comes down, and you do not work a give-go and getting it back. Look at that shot. Frederick Chabot has no chance whatsoever on Purvis's shot. But it's the three-way passing play, back and forth. And, you know, Doug Sochar said that these have been his 2 best players, and here they show why, because they're working so well together, and you just cannot beat that.
21-17, the shots on goals. We look at the Aeros logbook brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Face-offs are dead even at 19 apiece. Third period actions when we return. The Blades with a 1-0 lead. City Blades lead it as we get ready to start the third period. Bill Bowler, Guy LaRose, Graham Townsend with Steve Jakes and Mike Hurlbut. Cerrone up front with Pat Ferschweiler and Brent Colleton defensively. Herter and Rosport. 1-0 Kansas City, and the Aeros shoot the puck in. That's rolled out at center ice, and here comes Cerrone across the line. Give it to Ferschweiler, right in with a shot, and Chabot makes the save, and Ferschweiler had to go hard into the boards. Houston Aeros hockey is brought to you in part by Bud Ice. They remind you to please drink responsibly. Bud Ice, they're proud sponsors of the IHL.
And Cerrone made a very good play over to Colleton. You know, Doug Sochar said, well, I made a little trade for Cerrone. I think that little trade's a really good trade for Circa. You know, Cerrone had 5 shots in the first 2 periods and played very, very well.
Off the draw, the Aeros rolling on the wall, picked up by Colleton for Kansas City. A drive by Herter, smashed high and wide. Aeros let it go to center, and Rosport running into trouble with the linesman. The puck is at center. Townsend looped it back into Aero territory. Here is Cerrone taking it back. Trying to center one, and the Aeros up ice with it. Townsend trying to fire that ahead, and Brent Colleton goes back. Colleton, rookie on this Kansas City hockey team, moving down the right side, takes a hit, but Craigwell's got it. Merges back to the line. A shot by Jimmy Kite flutters wide of the net. And Mike Gill trying to clear it. Here is Freer. Give it to Valamont through the neutral zone. He'll hoist it into Kansas City territory. Paul Dick going back. Yo pursuing. Rolled along the wall, and here is David Bruce. The pass snapped onto the tape from Purvis. Rolled it down to Craigwell. Center and wide. Here's Jim Kite shooting, and Chabot saving, and he'll hold on. Jimmy Kite, who was trailing on the left side, took a nice pass and a good shot, but Freddie Chabot there to make the save.
Frederick Chabot sharp once again. Jimmy Kite coming in, but it was Craigwell once again, and the one name that's been said all game, Craigwell, Purvis, Bruce, that line's been very, very good. Here's just a great pass by Craigwell, tape to tape. Frederick Chabot had to be very sharp as David Bruce was on the doorstep looking for that rebound.
Craigwell stays out with Purvis and Bruce. They'll face the Al Conroy line with Balasevic and May. A drive for the point, right on, and a glove save made by Chabot, and he'll hold on to it. The Aeros, in their last now 5 games, including this one, have given up the first goal in their last 4. They are 0-3-1, and we send it down to Rob Dobson. And giving up the first goal, not what you had in mind. What do you have in mind for this third period?
Well, really, our game plan isn't going to change much. You know, they got a lucky goal near the end. The play turnover here was kind of a bad line change on our part, but we knew coming into the game it was going to be a 2-1 or a 3-2 hockey game. So really, a bit more or less, just do the little things a lot better this period and capitalize on our chances.
Thank you. As John Purvis will come to center and roll it into Aero territory, and that is rejected by Hurlbut. Kite going back. Pursued by Valasevic, and Conroy trying to loosen it up, but it's played by Dick, and he'll move it up ice. Paul Dick carrying through center for Kansas City. He'll shoot the puck in. This should be an icing call, but Chabot didn't know it. He played it.
And the one thing Dave Tippett's done well is keeping his players on the same page. Even though that they're down, he keeps them on the same page, and that's why they've had success in the third period.
Alan May moving down the wing. He tried to center, but the Aeros were in the midst of a line chance. So he had no one to pass to. Now May takes it away and snapped the drive wide. And Larry Dick will take no chances. He will cover up, and he'll hold on.
Al May working very hard down low. Just when you think he's not going to get a shot, it comes back to his stick, fires it a little bit wide, and Larry Dick wisely covers up. You know, Larry Dick's always played well against the Aeros. I have no reason why, but he's always played well. And Alan May, this is just a great little effort trying to get the puck out front, but he follows up his shot out front, ends up working hard, turnaround shot. You know, if Jim Kite doesn't get his big skate in the way, that's a good scoring chance.
Bowler with LaRose. Here's a centering pass covered up. Steve Simone out there as well. Larry Dick covering up. Defensively, the Aeros have Steve Jakes and Dave Basicio. Aeros for the last month or so have gone with 5 defensemen on their active roster. They've been without Gord Krupke from the shoulder injury. They've been trying to play with just 5 defensemen, and you've got to think that Dave Tippett and Pete Dineen want to at least get one more guy, if not 2 in.
Well, they would love to get at least one guy in. We're going to have to see what happens in the next few days. Very good play there by Larry Dick as Guy LaRose, who was jumping into the play. And Guy LaRose, who, you know, in 8 years pro has averaged 31 goals. He's going to be a guy that Dave Tippett looks to in this third period to maybe score one.
LaRose nearly took one away off the face-off, but the Blades have it. And they'll motor it out to center ice. Gary Evans. Herter trying to get it ahead. Basicio met Ewen at the blue line, and here is Steve Jakes. He'll send it up the boards. That's held in by Medill. Shot came in. Basicio there to glove it. Scoop it to center. Here's Bill Bowler. 3 minutes gone in the third period, and the Blades holding that 1-0 lead as Bowler going back. Bill Bowler for the Houston Aeros. A pass intercepted by Ewen. Now LaRose going back.
Dean Ewen's played a whale of a game tonight.
Aeros having all kinds of trouble breaking it out, but now they get it in to the blade end. Bowler in after. Rochefort hooked him on the play. Rochefort moves it up the board. It's out to center ice for Jeff Medill. Cranked it into the Aero end. Rowanka back. Couldn't clear. It was centered. But the Aeros are there. Mike Yeo, long lead pass for a breaking Mark Craig. Keys it up, dropped it back. Here's Spear with a shot, and a stick save beat by Larry Dick. And the Blades bring it out. Cerrone scampering to center with Ferschweiler. Puck is in. Ferschweiler moved in, and a penalty coming up to the Aeros. Blades on the power play when we return. Kansas City on top by a score of 1-0.
Jason Cerrone just trying to get the puck into the Aero zone. Ferschweiler with a big burst of speed ends up jumping on the loose puck. Mike Hurlbut does not let him jump on that loose puck. Ends up getting 2 minutes for hooking.
3:49 the time of the penalty, and the Aeros shorthanded. For the 5th time tonight, Blades 0 for 4 on the power play. Tringwell, right side, getting sent on the man advantage. Scremin worked at the shot right on. Chabot the save. Aeros turning, but they could not clear it. Second effort is Al Conroy, but Medill shaken up as I think he took that puck. I don't know where he took it, but he is having all kinds of trouble trying to get off the ice. Valamon. He'll just shoot that the length of the ice. In fact, he'll put that right onto Larry Dick, who had a wee bit of trouble with it. Had plenty of time to keep his composure. Blades moving in. Here's Ewen centering a pass knocked away by Basicio, and it's cleared to center.
And you know Dean Ewen's playing well when he's out on the power play. Don Jackson realizing he's having a good game, giving him a little extra ice time.
Ewen flying down the wing. Rolled it behind. That Purvis trying to get there, but Al May loosened it up. Trying to find Jakes. Ewen in the battle. Here is a puck controlled by Basicio, and he'll crank that the length of the ice with 57 seconds left in the Blades' 5th power play of the night.
And both teams on the penalty kill tonight, the one thing they've been able to do is when they get possession of the puck in their own zone, they've been able to get it all the way down the ice.
Jakes in his end. And he'll clear that down, but not after he was just imprinted into the corner by Cerrone.
And what a play by Steve Jake. So he knew he was going to get hit, but he still got the puck all the way down the ice.
Cerrone to center across the line. Cutting in, he centered one. Knocked away with half a minute to go. And the Aeros trying to come off the penalty. Bowler cutting in short-handed. Rolled in LaRose right to that goal. Shoots. Save by Larry Dick. Wow! A two-pants scrambled butterfly save, and it came out in front, and Dick will cover up. Are you kidding me or what? Some terrific action in front, and Larry Dick on fire.
Save of the game this evening. What a save by Larry Dick. Bill Bowler working hard, getting the puck to Guy LaRose. Wow, what a right pad save by Larry Dick, going from his left to his right. Guy LaRose could not get it up, but Bill Bowler dancing up at the top of the circles. Guy LaRose showing his speed, can just not beat Larry Dick. He could not get it upstairs on Larry Dick. Larry Dick realizing that took away the bottom of the ice. But what a save. Save of the game.
Jeff Bedell still feeling the effects. He is in the vomitory area between the Blade bench and their locker room, and being tended to by their trainer, Les Lundberg.
And I believe he took it in the stomach area. It was a hard one-time shot from the point. He's feeling the effect of that.
Time to take a look at our Columbia Community Calendar, brought to you by Columbia Hospital. January 5th, KPRC TV2, half-price books in the Houston Aeros are bringing on a book drive. You can take your used or new books to any half-price bookstore and receive a 2-for-1 coupon to the January 5th game against the Manitoba Moose, or bring your books to the game January 5th and receive a coupon. Then January the 11th, it's Columbia Aero Care 97. 18 Houston Charity Interactive booths on the concourse. Entertainment provided by Dr. Hook and The Medicine Show.
Well, it looks like we have a little problem with the glass down at the far end. The maintenance crew of the Kemper Arena down there tending to it. That's one thing, you want to make sure that glass is totally in there properly, as a player can get hit into that glass area. The last thing you want to see is one of those glass partitions falling down into the crowd.
Let's send it down to the bench and Rob Dobson. Dauber, is it getting frustrating at this point? You keep running into goaltenders making the big saves at the right time?
Well, no, not really. I think we're getting the opportunities, and it's like when you're going for your first sales job. If you're banging enough doors, you're eventually going to get an opportunity to have somebody let you in for that interview. But, you know, we're getting the chances, and you just have to keep driving forward, and hopefully the next one will go in. But, you know, that was a good play. Larry is a patient goaltender, and I know I played against him a long time, having been around 7 years, and he's making the saves that he's made all along. And one thing with him, when he gets to play games in succession, he tends to play very well, which he has here tonight.
And Rob, you've been wearing the hat on the bench for the last couple games. One thing I noticed tonight, though, that one looks like it might be a little snug.
What's that?
That hat looks like it might be a little snug tonight.
Oh, you know, it's Christmas time, remember? And my head's swelled up a little bit. I think they sent a child's hat, actually. I'm going to give it a sudsy after the game. It doesn't seem to have much luck in it here tonight.
It's a great style hat, though, with the webbing coming out of the Aeros logo.
Are you trying to sell it?
He wants to keep it. Dauber, while we got a second also, I want to thank you for all your help and wish you a Happy New Year in '97.
Thank you. I just hope we can come through here in the next 14 minutes. I think one thing, if you watch Adam, and I mentioned this to the guys earlier in the game, and again, going back to years before, having played against Larry, he tends to have a lot of trouble with the longer shots. There was one that he bobbled that was shot just inside the blue line. So look for that play to come into effect here in the next little while.
And Robert, what is the scouting report, though, when you get in tight on Larry Dick? How can this Aero team beat Larry Dick tonight?
Well, the one thing is, Troy, is you got to keep it away from his glove side. You know, everyone talks about his seeing out of one eye, and he's got a bad eye, and which side's the bad one, but he'll tend to favor his glove side. He does have a very quick glove. So in tight like that, we want to try to get over to the blocker side and get it upstairs. You know, he covers down low pretty good. He's more or less a butterfly-style goaltender in low, and you can get it up high and be patient in there. We'll get some chances. I think, secondly, we've got to get some more traffic in front. If he can see the puck, he's going to stop it. And, you know, there's a couple shots where we've had them with no one driving in the net. So that's another factor that's going to come into play here in the next 14 minutes.
Thank you very much, Dauber. The Blades leading by a score of 1-0, 14:26 to go in the third period. Fans, here's your chance for $1 million in jewels. It's Diamond Cutters International $1 Million Puck Shot Contest. You could be the lucky winner of a chance to take a shot on goal at a Houston Aeros game. If you make the shot, you'll be taking home a puck made out of diamonds and emeralds worth $1 million. Your next chance to win is Friday, January the 17th.
And we must also say that Diamond Cutters International, they sponsor the 3-star selection in Houston at the Summit. And a player that wins one of the 3 stars is awarded a $250 gift certificate for Diamond Cutters, a great sponsor of the Aeros.
And rumor had it that you get a 10% commission on each guy that gets one of those, right?
Oh, I'm going to have to talk to the guys about that. That sounds good, though.
Off the face-off, Blades have it in a 1-goal lead with 14:18 to go in regulation. It is Paul Dick for Kansas City at center ice. Shoot the puck in. That is knocked away by Valamont. He'll wind it into Blade territory. Jimmy Kite going back. And here come the Blades. Kite to Firschweiler. Looking for Cullinan, bringing it in. Aeros clearing out the center. Conroy charging down the boards. Had it chipped away, and Conroy in a good tussle with Cerrone right in front of the Blade bench. Kansas City comes away with it. Paul Dick rolled the puck ahead in Aero territory. Valamont trying to go back, but Shabbat played it away right to Rob Balasevic. And he'll shoot the puck in. It took a hop off the boards, but went wide of the net and Larry Dick. Drew Palmer skate to skate with Al Conroy. And then Conroy tossed him aside. Hurl, but is pinching. Rolled it down, Conroy. Back to the line, Yeo up, lost control of it. He has to regroup at center ice.
And now you're starting to see the defense jump a little bit more into the play as they're trying to create a little more offense on Larry Dick.
Puck knocked down. Here come the Aeros. Greg rolled it to Freer, looking in front. Freer centered. Here's the shot. Greg just tipped it wide. Now it's Steve Jakes trying to move one in. Puck came back to the line. Hurlbut, long shot. And Larry Dick down to make the save. Now the puck rolled along the wall. Dick came out of the cage. Jammed along. Here is Hurlbut, a shot. Tipped away by Palmer. And David Bruce, couldn't clear it, but a second effort is down the ice. Will it be icing? No. It is on Shabbat. That negated the icing.
And the Aeros showing a lot of jump in this third period, trying to get that tally to tie it up.
Mark Gregg back in his own end for the Aeros. And he'll bring it up ice, the long pass. That would have been 2 lines to Freer. I don't know what he was trying to do with that one, and the puck will go down, and Herter to touch. That is icing, and we take a break. 12:20 to go, 1-0. Blades lead it. The Aeros return to the Summit this Sunday night as they take on the Manitoba Moose. Tickets are available by calling Ticketmaster at 629-3700. Game time is at 4 o'clock. And again, that is a game for those of you in Canada can see on TSN. And once again, on behalf of Troy Gamble and everybody involved with the Houston Aeros, we'd like to welcome TSN and the viewership in Canada. Hope you all have a very happy new year.
It was amazing how many players for the Aeros and the Blades wanted us to say hi to their parents back home.
So, on behalf of the players, hi back home.
Exactly.
Here is a pass out at center. And David Bruce shoots the puck in. Was it Steve Martin that had the famous line, "I'd like to thank each and every one of you," and he went, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you," like that? That's about what I felt like today in the locker room. Here's Guy LaRose across the line. Back here's the drive by Simoni in a right pad save made by Larry Dick. Oh, man, outstretched that and a nice save.
And the Aeros in this third period have outplayed the Blades. It's been Larry Dick. He makes a great save here on Simoni. Big right toe save. Guy LaRose getting the puck to him. That's a blistering shot. Just a great save by Larry Dick on top of the crease.
Well, let me get this straight. You're saying that for the third straight night here, the Aeros are running into hot goaltending? I mean, come on.
Well, that was a great shot. He tried to pick the corner. Steve Simoni had it lined up. Just Larry Dick on top of the crease. That's the one thing the IHL offers now. And I'm surprised that a lot of goalies in the IHL do not get some chances up in the NHL. I know that the goaltenders are a lot older, but goaltending has changed, and I believe the goaltending in the IHL is just excellent. And a lot of goalies, I believe, could play in the NHL.
Off the face-off. Blades roll into the corner. Medill scooped it back. Cerrone moves it out at center and into Aero territory. Icing indicated. And back to play it is Dave Basigio, and that will bring a face-off back down into the Kansas City zone. 11:32 to go, third period, and a 1-0 Kansas City lead.
Darcy Warenka, who, well, prior to the last game had scored goals in 3 straight games, was also played in 1993 23. He played in the World Junior Tournament. A lot of people have been watching the World Junior Tournament's going on now in Switzerland. And the Americans have a great squad this year, Adam. You know, they've only medaled twice in the history of the tournament. This year, they could be up there in the silver or even the gold area.
Well, Dave Tippett's made it clear about Rowanka. They've started to utilize his shot more, and he's been Mr. Clutch, obviously, in the last few games, using that big shot.
And I wonder if he misses Mark Lamb on the power play, because it's Mark Lamb that's been setting him up for those one-time shots. He makes that pass so soft to Darcy. They kind of have a little thing going together, and they're both playing very well.
Here's a chance for Rowanka moving into the slot. The shot hit Simone, and Emmons trying to clear it. Back to the line, held in by Basigio, and it's cleared by Kansas City to center ice, and Rowanka takes over, drifting back to his own blue. Basigio trying to wrap the puck ahead. Herter is there. And to feed Emmons, that was offsides. And Jeff Medill back out on the ice. Looks like he has shaken off the effects of a puck that it appeared he took in the midsection with 11:10 to go in the third. 1-0 Blades. The Kansas City Blades have been a terrific hockey team when leading after 2. They have yet to lose a game. They do have a couple in a shootout loss. But 12-0-2 after 40 minutes of play. By the way, you know, we should mention, Freddie Chabot, who got beat for that one goal with just under a minute remaining, he nearly went 4 straight periods without allowing a goal. 57 seconds away from that mark.
Well, he's just been a tremendous asset for the Aeros right from the get-go.
He had that slow start, but he went right to Dave Tippett and said, look, I'm notorious for slow starts. Boy, was he unbelievable in that 11-game stretch.
Well, that's some of the most consistent goaltending I've ever seen in my life.
I would say a shoe-in for goaltender of the month. Here is Emmons, dropped it. A shot by Ewen, and a stop by Chabot. Here's a centering pass that went wide. Jimmy Kite, long shot, stopped by Chabot, picked up by Carl Valamont. He's bumped by Medill. They grind it out along the wall. Gary Emmons trying to get in there, and then Valamont follows on the puck with 10.5 to go. In the third, 1-0 Kansas City.
The Oshawa native, Jeff Medill, who played hockey in Ohio State. And I'm sure that he's going to be watching Pasadena, cheering on his Buckeyes. One thing is that Jeff Medill offers that aggressive play, and this is a great shot by Dean Ewen, getting the puck onto the net. Frederick Chabot with the big glove save, but he saw the puck all the way.
Dean Ewen, a former teammate of yours in your old junior days back in Spokane, Washington.
And I tell you, I played a year and a half with Dean Ewen, and the one thing, you talk about character, helping out in the community, no one better.
Yeah, their Moose Morissette, if you will. It's a shot by Scremin, deflected away.
And Graham Townsend.
Here is Brent Cullinan, a shot, and that might have been deflected as it goes all the way back. And out of play with 10:19 to go. The rookie Brent Cullinan, who's a great story. This is a kid. He's a rookie coming in. He almost gave up on hockey. In fact, he did back in college. He was ready to quit or he ended up quitting at the University of Miami in Ohio. Quit the team, quit school. And then a friend of his from Ontario, Kelly Gore, talked him out of it because he went through a similar situation. Don't make the same mistake I did. Stay with it. Doug Sotard has gotten him in and called him in 30 games, 7 goals, 5 assists, 12 points. Shot in front block. Has popped back to the line for Drew Palmer. Cerrone to the corner. Takes a swat from Basigio. Helmet comes popping off. Here's Cullinan, a shot. Chabot the save, and now Jason Ferschweiler. A little extra action, but nothing to come out of it. Halfway through the third period, a 1-0 Kansas City lead. Fans come out to the place where the Aeros go to chill out. It's the Aerodrome. Whether it's skating lessons, birthdays, broomball hockey, or an afternoon skating with friends and family, the Aerodromes have something for you with 2 locations to serve you, Sugarland and in Willowbrook.
And the Sugarland facility is the home of the Houston Aeros. Maybe there's a former hockey player. Well, I shouldn't say future hockey player.
See, he's all upset at you now for saying former. He says, I'm not that old.
Yeah, he's mad at me.
Face-off left side of Chabot. Puck is controlled by Carl Valamont. And he'll shoot the puck ahead, and here comes Mike Yeo. At center ice, trying to bring the puck in. That was rejected to neutral. Paladin benched it into Aero territory. Valamont going back. This will be an icing call on the Kansas City Blades with 9:46 to go in the third. 1-0 in favor of Kansas City.
Carl Valamont on his third tour of duty for the Houston Aeros. Started his pro career in Milwaukee. Actually Well, I had the pleasure of playing with Carl Milwaukee, rookies together. He was in the Vancouver Canuck organization at that time. I actually thought that Vancouver was going to give him a chance to play. This really never happened. He actually got called up, and he calls it the cup of coffee call-up. Came up to Vancouver for 2 games, did a couple of warm-ups, never pressed. He said he had a cup of coffee, and he left.
Decaf, I assume? He's a puck out at center. Craigwell's got a lead right side. In on goal, the shot. Chabot the save right now behind him. Oh, wow. Poked away by Chabot. A terrific effort by Chabot after that thing got behind him.
Lunging back, never giving up. Frederick Chabot, terrific save.
Snatched it from the jaws of the twine, centered, and Craigwell nearly got there. And it's back in front. Craigwell centered. Purvis right in front. That block. Purvis the drive, and Freddie Chabot making the save, and he will hold on. What an effort from the Kansas City Blades all over Freddie Chabot.
Well, Craigwell's going to get the big shot. It's up in the armpit area. Frederick Chabot, it bounces behind him. He has the presence to dive back and push it in behind the net, and then Purvis trying to come out. Frederick Chabot with the big poke check, denying him once again. This is an excellent shot by Craigwell just to get it on the net. Frederick Chabot, wow, how close was that? Great job by the Aeros defenseman, though, not letting the Kansas City Blade player poke it in.
Well, Freddie Chabot, 28 saves tonight. What an outstanding effort from both goalies, for that matter.
Exactly, and the one thing about Frederick Chabot, 13-game stretch that you're talking about, his goals against was 1.69. His save percent, 94%.
Gary Emmons with Jeff Medill, Dean Ewen, Herter, and Rochefort defensively.
And what a game tonight. Both teams have just played very, very well. Entertaining game for the fans here at Kemper Arena.
A terrific way to ring in 97. Jakes has the puck and leading a charge 3-on-2. Sends it up too far. Simone couldn't quite get there. Now he's got it back. Dropped it for Jakes. Long shot. Blocker save made by Larry Dick. Basilio turns, scooped it down, and it's Bill Bowler behind the net. Waiting. He's got LaRose in front. Can't quite find him. Now he's trying to center. That was taken away by Herter. He'll shoot it along the boards and right back down into Aero territory. This is an icing call as Basilio goes back, and we take a break. 8:42 to go in the third, and the Blades up by a goal. Houston has a very active youth hockey program. The Houston Junior Aeros Hockey Association has programs for teams ranging from beginning to travel competitive. Boys and girls, ages 4 through 17. For more information, call the Junior Aeros hotline at 855-PUCK. That's 855-PUCK. And I don't know if they'd be future Junior Aeros, but maybe future Junior Blades.
And now a lot of days, Adam, so many girls are playing the sport of ice hockey. Well, actually, it's going to be in the Olympics in '98.
I'm not sure. With Manon Rhéaume, I'm sure she'll get a good crack at that.
You know what? There's some younger girl goaltenders in Canada now that she might not even make the team.
You might remember the first year the Aeros were an expansion team. They had a female goaltender try out, Erin Whitten. Here is Guy LaRose. Cross the line, nice move, he's in, shooting, scored! What a goal from Guy LaRose, and this game is tied at 1!
When you talk about individual efforts, guys that got to step up, Guy LaRose, what an individual effort, going around Jason Herter, falling down and putting it up. Watch this individual play. Goes outside, inside on Jason Herter, falls down and chips it up over Larry Dick. And that has to be up there with goal of the year. And I guess he had the other goal of the year in Detroit. He scores those spectacular goals.
You know, I had a great comment from the Detroit media as you take another look at it, but the Detroit media made a comment. They go, I think the only goal that Guy LaRose ever scores is the spectacular variety. You've never seen him score just a ho-hum goal.
Well, on that goal, he had the presence of mind to stay with the puck and chip it over Larry Dick.
Tied at 1, 8:10 to go in the third. Unbelievable goal by Guy LaRose from Bill Bowler. Alan May He'll move the puck up ice. For LaRose, it's his 12th of the year. Craigwell bumped off the puck. And the Aeros back. Long pass chipped in by Conroy. Larry Dick going back. Shoveled it along the boards, and that puck goes up over the glass and out of play. And Dave Tippett a little animated on the bench. I don't know what he wants, but we send it down to the Aero bench, and Rob Dobson. Is there some concern on the bench right now?
Yeah, I think Larry Dick actually shot the puck out over the glass, and that's a penalty on the goaltender for delay of game. I'm not sure the exact call because I didn't see what was going on down there. You know, you look back to that play by Rosie a minute ago, and Troy will attest to this as a goaltender. They're the hardest ones to stop as a goalie. A guy in close, he's falling down, he's got one hand on the stick. You're not sure where it's going to go. It's a real tough play to read. It was a tremendous effort by Rosie, but again, when you get in that close on the goalie and it's in there and he doesn't really know what's going on, it's a guess 50-50, and unfortunate for us, Rosie was able to put it home.
And Dauber, I must correct you, it's former goaltender.
Are you a former goalie? I thought you were still playing in the Industrial Hockey League.
Oh, and look at the replay. Look at the replay, Dauber, and yeah, he clearly put it over the glass, unobstructed. I mean, the rule is clear cut on that in the Aeros. Go on the power play. Thanks, Dauber.
And being a former goaltender, I think that's an unfair rule. I really do, and I think that a goaltender with all that equipment on shoots it over the glass is a 2-minute penalty, but a defenseman can take it, fire it out purposely, and not be called, and that is one rule I disagree with.
And Troy, I know this is going to shock you. I agree with you.
Well, thank you, Adam. We're going into the new year on a hot streak.
We are 2 for 2.
And I bet you Dave Tippett is happy that rule's in place now, because now it gives his power play a chance to take the lead.
4th power play of the night. They have 3 shots on their man advantage tonight. Besiegio and Rowenka on the line. Bill Bowler, Mark Freer, Graham Townsend. It's Freer, center. Bowler, the shot stopped in front. I don't know if that made it to Larry Dick. It shot down the ice.
It was a great save by Larry Dick, kicking out his right leg on Bill Bowler. Bill Bowler just could not get it by him.
Besiegio advances too far for Rowenka. Puck is back. Besiegio had to get rid of it in a hurry, and here comes Graham Townsend for the Aeros. Ripped it into Kansas City territory. Claudio Scremin will go back. Could not clear. Besiegio will move down as he looks in front to Freer, top of the slot. Rolled it. Rowenka, the drive. Stopped by Larry Dick. Puck in front. Dished out by the Aeros. Here is Bowler. Tossed it back to the line. Rowenka drifting to the slot for Bowler with 1:09 on the power play. Rowenka. Top of the slot, Besiegio. Freer cuts it down. Here's a centering pass, and the shot blocked as Freer came smoking down the right side. And Firstweiler looped it down the ice with 6.5 to go. 3rd period, we are tied at 1.
Rock and roll.
45 to go. In the Aero power play, Mark Gregg through the neutral zone across the line. He's trying to center it, but Craigwell broken up, and here come the Kansas City Blades. Bruce across the line, short-handed, circled back. He's got Craigwell in front. The shot, that's blocked, and Conroy goes back. Al Conroy to Mark Gregg. He'll drill one in, cross-corner dump. It is played by LaRose, but chipped away, and here come the Kansas City Blades. Craigwell across the line. That's broken up by Hurlbut, and the Aeros in transition, but only 7 seconds on the power play. Guy LaRose threw it off skates, and that shot the length of the ice. That'll do it for the power play. As coming out of the box, Jeff Medill.
But the Aeros, once again, getting a couple good chances on the power play early, and then the Blades shut him down the second part.
Mike Yo in his own end. 5:28 to go. 3rd period. And this game has really picked up. It was a defensive struggle, not the most exciting of games in the 1st period, but things have opened up a wee bit here. And it's a little bit of intensity building in this game. And here come the Blades, speaking of intensity. Purvis dropped it, but Freer read it. That's twice that Purvis tried that no-look pass, and that's twice that Freer takes it away.
It makes me wonder if Mark Freer is yelling something at Purvis when he has that puck.
Paul Dick for Kansas City. Scooped it over to Jimmy Kite. Cross-ice pass, Purvis across the Aero line. Trying to get it around Yo. now. Purvis meandering behind the cage, centered one, the shot pushed down to there by the Aero defense, and they're out at center 3-on-2. Yo, the pass across the line for May. Jimmy Kite going in there hard with Al May. They both go down in a heap. Yo's got Hurlbut in front. Yo cutting to the net, right in, couldn't get the shot away, and it's a 2-on-1, the other one. Cullinan across the line with McGill in front, waiting, centers the pass. Paul Dick shoots, hit the post. Oh man, Paul Dick trailing, found iron on the far side, and the Aeros clear it back into play territory.
This game has just went into space proportions. Game is flying along, both teams getting great chances.
Just about 4 to play. We are tied at 1. What a way to ring in 97 with this one. Paul Dick will roll it over to Dean Sylvester, and it's Cerrone erupting the center. Across the line, had it chipped by Basicio. He'll clear to Bill Bowler. Bowler out at center, bring it across the line. Back to play it. Out of Kansas City Blades, Dean Sylvester moves the puck ahead. Norman Rochefort in across the air line. He'll hook it down low, and Jakes is back. 3.5 to play. In the third, we're tied at 1. Rochefort going back, and this will be an icing call as Rochefort touches, and we'll take a break. 3:25 to go. Third period. You'll be nuts to go away from this 1-1 game.
Brent Culleton showing his speed down the wing. Carl Belmont challenges him and then realizes he has to get back. He gets back. And Paul Dick coming down. Carl Belmont sacrificing his body, throwing it in front of Paul Dick, blocking the shot. Those are plays you don't teach. That comes from inside. Carl Belmont doing an excellent job.
And he had to. Freddie Chabot was moving from his right to his left, and Paul Dick was going right over the stick side of Freddie. Puck is into the blade end. Purvis has it. Move it to center. Jake's trying to knock it down. Balasevic had it rolled away, and it's back into Kansas City territory. Craigwell dumped to the ice, but no call. Balasevic run into by David Bruce. Takes him to the wall. Hurlbut scampers back, and here is Steve Jakes. With under 3 minutes to go in the third, a 1-1 hockey game. Rochefort trying to clear it. Balasevic knocked it down. Rob Balasevic along the boards. He's got Hurlbut, but can't get it to him. Almay. Down low Conroy. Centered one, but it went right to Purvis. Blades bring it up with the Aeros. 3 guys back. Puck in Purvis. Tied up by Hurlbut.
Right on you, Claude. Right on you.
Skate to skate in there. They grind away at it as Purvis holding that puck nicely. And finally, it's rolled away by Valamont. Poked it to the line. Held in by Jimmy Kite. Hurlbut. He'll go back to play. Moving along the boards. He is bumped by Dean Ewen. As you alluded to, Troy, he has been just having a whale of a hockey, and then he drills Valamont. What a hit by Dean Ewen. He's done everything. Here's Scremin. A shot deflected by Evans. Mark Gregg rolled it away. Boy, is it nice to have an asset like Dean Ewen playing the way he is tonight. Jimmy Kite fired it along the boards. And it's back out at center ice. If it wasn't for the goaltenders, you'd almost have to consider him a star. Mike Yo across the line with Freer, but that is offsides. Just as the whistle sounded, that shot went on to Larry Dick. And play whistled down with 1:28 to go in the third.
And Mike Yo playing very well. And, you know, he's trying to find his groove once again. And, you know, Tanya just had the baby. They had the baby. And it's an adjustment on your life. And Mike Yo's finding that adjustment now.
Send it down to the bench, and Rob Dobson, 1:28 to go. What happens here now? Do you guys just keep playing the game?
Well, I think, Adam, you want to get the game-winning goal, but also you don't want to make a mistake pressing for that goal. You want to, you know, maybe take your chances in the shootout. I know, you know, it's a point, well, however, but one thing with 1:28, again, you don't want to press too hard and force an unforced error and a turnover, allowing them an opportunity to score as well.
Boy, one thing this team has shown, Dauber, thank you very much, is their heart not giving up. And once again, they've shown it coming from behind. But still time remaining in regulation. 1:10 to go in the third. Here is Steve Simoni at center ice. Pass to Steve Jakes. He'll send one back. Simoni, a quick shot. That went wide and picked up by Larry Dick. He will hold on. There's never been any question about the heart and character of the Aero Hockey Club. And for that matter, I thought Doug Sothart said it best about his club. When they had the struggles, it was never their work ethic or heart. It was just a matter of that team coming together. So in some ways, both these teams are similar.
Well, you're totally correct there. When I talked to Doug Sothart, he thought the turning part of the season for the Blades, they had a team Christmas party. Everyone got together. What happened to the Aeros when they went to Manitoba? They got together. And that's so important with a hockey team to get that proper chemistry. And Kansas City looks like they're starting to find their little niche now. But the one thing that has impressed me with this third period is that the Aeros have outplayed Kansas City, and they have been rewarded with that one goal. So Dave Tippett doing a masterful job once again coaching.
Face-off left side of Larry Dick, Bowler, LaRose, and Simone. Hurlbutton Jakes at the line. Cerrone to take this face-off for Kansas City against Bowler. It came to Simone for Houston. Let's clarify that Simone for Houston, S-I-M-O-N-I, and Cerrone, C-R-O-N-E, for Kansas City. Bowler, centered one, and Larry Dick will take no chances, and he will cover up. Safe to say that Larry Dick tonight has returned to the form that we saw a couple of years ago?
Well, when you talk to the coaching staff, you know, they believe now that he's going to get a chance to play a lot more. Rouville is with the Pittsburgh Penguins. He was with the Kansas City Blades. Now he's up with the Penguins. So that's going to put a little more pressure on Larry Dick. Brasico is the backup. Obviously, he can play. He's a very good goaltender. But the coaching staff likes the attitude of Larry Dick. And tonight he's rewarding them. You know, he played last night in Milwaukee. They flew today. They did not get into Kansas City until 12 noon. Obviously, the Aeros came in last night, a little bit fresher of a team. Maybe that's helped them a little bit in this third period.
48 seconds to go. We are knotted at 1. And off the face-off, Kansas City's Rochefort looped it down. Purvis tied up by Freer. Purvis will scamper away. Pucking out at center ice, Cerrone. Give it to Purvis across the line. Makes the move. He's in on goal. Shoots. Chabot saving. Wow, a big save there from Freddie Chabot with the game on the line. Arrows back to Cizio. Out at center ice for Al May. He'll shoot the puck and it bounces to Larry Dick. Freer goes in there. And that's poked back for Al Conroy. Long shot blocked in front by Rochefort. 7 seconds left. Puck along the boards. 3 seconds. May digs it out. 1 second. And the horn sounds. And we go to a shootout.
What a contest tonight. What a contest. And now we go into, I can't say the old-fashioned shootout. We're going into the IHL form of breaking a tie.
And that takes us to our high-low scoring summary, brought to you by High-Low Auto Supply. What you need is high-low back in the second period. The only goal came 57 seconds remaining in the second. John Purvis' 14th goal of the year from Dale Craigwell. Blades had a 1-0 lead, but the Never Say Die Houston Aeros came back, and they tied the game at 1. Guy LaRose with a spectacular goal, his 12th of the season. Bill Bowler getting the only assist at 11:38. He has tied this game at 1 and sends it to a shootout. Coming into this game, the Kansas City Blades had points in 5 straight. They had won 3 in a row, and then prior to that had lost 2 in a shootout. So they're obviously no strangers as of late to the shootout. And the Aeros, you might recall, a little over a week and a half ago, against the Orlando Solar Bears on a Sunday afternoon in Houston, went to a shootout only to come up a goal short and lose it 5-4.
Dave Tippett hopes that doesn't happen tonight in Kansas City. Frederick Chabot tending his goal, getting ready for the shootout. Good look at that Aero bench, and I tell you, that bench stayed up all game. You know, they never put their heads down, but it was the play by Guy LaRose, and when you're in a type of game like this, Adam, someone needs to step up. Guy LaRose did that.
Well, we've got a minute waiting to do the shootout. Let's get a quick comment from Rob Dobson. Any thoughts on the shootout here on who Dave Tippett wants to go with?
Well, I just was trying to get him to send Steve Jakes in. I just think for practice he's one of the hardest guys to stop. But Tibbsy had a couple of guys in mind, and he doesn't, you know, he's left his 5th shooter open. We've got a couple of guys who are a lot better on it than others, and I think he's sending the first guy. And as Troy just mentioned, you get one guy who stepped up to the plate, and that was one thing that was mentioned in the second period, is we needed some players to do that, and Guy LaRose did it and rewarded with the first shot here tonight.
Thank you, and here's Guy LaRose. Arrows to start it off. Here's LaRose moving in across the line. Shooting, and Larry Dick saving. Arrows now have Freddie Chabot facing Claudio Scremin. And Guy LaRose complaining about the horn.
And rightfully so. The horn went off. It should not have been going off.
Here's Scremin. He'll move in on Chabot. Deaking, shooting, and he missed the net. And we remain scoreless. Guy LaRose not happy, but at this point, scoreless after each shooter, and now it is Mark Gregg for the Houston Aeros. Gregg will move it in on Larry Dick. Second shooter for the Aeros. Gregg in on goal. Waiting, shooting, scoring! Mark Gregg. And the Aeros 1-0 leaders. And now it'll be Jeff Medill, the second shooter for the Kansas City Blades. Medill in on Freddie Chabot. Medill will shoot, and he missed the net. After two shooters, the Aeros leading in the shootout by a score of 1-0. And here is Rob Balasevic. He will move it in on Larry Dick. Third shooter for the Aeros, Balasevic. In on Dick. He waits, shoots, and his backhander rolled wide, and Larry Dick stayed with him pretty good, and that'll keep it at 1-0, and the Blades will bring their third shooter to the plate, and it'll be Mr. Everything for Kansas City, John Purvis, who has the Kansas City goal. Purvis moving in on Chabot. Shoots, and he missed the net. They're trying to go glove side on Freddie, not giving him much. And after three shooters, the Aeros lead it 1-0, and Bowler can tighten the screws a little bit here. Bill Bowler, who has just 2 goals in his last 16 games, and although if he scored here, it wouldn't be a stat, it'd be a great goal. He'll shoot, and stopped by Larry Dick. Great save by Larry Dick on Bill Bowler, and the Blades still alive. Cerrone will be the fourth shooter for Kansas City. Here comes Cerrone. He's in on Chabot, waiting, shooting, and he missed the net, and it comes down now to the Aeros' Al Conroy. If he scores, the Aeros win. If he misses, the Blades still alive. Conroy, the 5th shooter, can win it here. Conroy in on goal. He will wait, shoot, Larry Dick with a great left-hand save. And now it is game time. The Blades can tie it and send it to extra shooters, or Freddie Chabot can come up big. The Aeros will win. Dean Sylvester, he'll move in on goal. He waits, shoots, Freddie Chabot with a save! And the Houston Aeros win it in a shootout by a score of 2-1. However, the Kansas City Blades will pick up a point in their 6th straight hockey game.
And what a game it was. This was one of the best games, regular season games all year. Both teams played very, very well. The difference in the game was the third period. The Aeros had a better third period. They tied it up, win it in a shootout.
So the Aeros' 4-game unbeaten string over. The Kansas City Blades' 3-game winning streak is over as well. Aeros win it by a score of 2-1, and we wrap things up right after this. The Houston Aeros win it in a shootout tonight by a score of 2-1. A come from behind effort for the Houston Aeros after they were trailing 1-0, and Guy LaRose's heroics spectacular.
Unbelievable goal by Guy LaRose. Individual effort. He gets it, and Dave Tippett needed someone to step up. Guy LaRose does it.
So it takes us to our Whataburger play of the game, brought to you by Whataburger. Hey, what you waiting for? And it's this great goal from Guy LaRose.
I guess this was an easy one to pick out tonight. You talk about individual efforts. One-on-one with Jason Herter. Jason Herter plays him very, very well. Knocks him down, but as he goes down, he has the presence of mind to chip it up over the glove hand of Larry Dick. Just a great all-around effort by Guy LaRose.
Whataburger, the homegrown Texas taste since 1950, and tonight, again, the Aeros finally rewarded. I think you look back at the last couple of games for the Aeros, the Milwaukee loss at 2-1 and the San Antonio loss at 3-2 on Sunday. They worked so hard and got nothing for the rewards. They were down but never out. but they could never come back. Tonight was a case they were never down and out, and they worked hard enough and earned themselves 2 points.
Well, they outplayed the Blades in the third period. That was the key, and then Dave Tippett needed an individual effort. The other two games, he didn't get that one individual end-to-end rush. Guy LaRose steps up, beats Jason Herter, and then has the presence of mind to get it over Larry Dick, and it was just a great comeback win for the Aeros.
I thought Freddie Shabbat had a great game tonight, considering you go back to the last 2 games. Not Freddie Shabbat-like performances, not that he played poorly, just not the Shabbat performances we've been accustomed to. But tonight, I think we saw Freddie Shabbat return to his old form.
Well, and the one thing, Adam, that I thought Frederick Shabbat did better tonight was control his rebounds. He did a much better job tonight controlling the rebounds and not giving those second shots for the Blades. And when he does that, he's going to have a lot of success.
Troy, thank you very much, and a very happy New Year.
Thank you.
All right, I want to wish everybody a very happy New Year. The Aeros return to the Summit on Sunday, January the 5th, as they take on the Manitoba Moose. Tickets are available by calling Ticketmaster 629-3700. That is a game also that viewers in Canada can see on TSN. However, the next telecast with KNWS and the Aeros, right back here at Kemper Arena, January 8th. The Aeros battle these same Kansas City Blades. Join Troy and I for all the action beginning at 7:30 p.m. The final score tonight from Kemper Arena. The Aeros win it in a shootout, 2-1 for everybody. Thank you very much.